treasures I don't hold, and though the shine is dulled, that's how I'll always think of you. You were a young one then, but everyone begins. We were just children, heaven was a dream away. Running from monsters, I wish I could say that the keys that you were searching for, and the giants of the past have turned to dust. The world is ours to take, and you know it's not too late. The world is ours to take, and you know it's not too late. Children and heaven was a dream away. Running from monsters, I just want to say that the keys that you were searching for, and the giants of the past have turned to dust. The world is ours to take, and you know it's not too late.
Good afternoon, noonday, night. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day today on this Tuesday. Boy, oh boy, do I have story time for you today, chat. Let me tell you. Yesterday was a doozy. I don't even think that is a way to describe yesterday. Let me tell you. Oh boy. Good thing I did not keep my stream on yesterday, because let me tell you. Woo! Still no power today, by the way. Just want to point that out. We got 3 feet of snow here, just so you know. So, in case you're wondering, why I have no power yet, we got 3 feet of snow yesterday. 3 feet. And let me tell you, it was a day yesterday. That is the way to. Whew. How's it going, everybody? How is it going? Again, I'm going to do my best to do as long as of a day I can. Also, Spark, thank you for the 2 months of the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. He says, you got a couple feet in New Jersey, no power during the day. Oh, I imagine. Yeah, we, this whole area I'm in has no power in general. Right now still. And most of my town has no power. It was intense, man. It was like, I had to keep going outside yesterday. Because around noon, the generator kept turning off. And it's because we were getting so much snow an hour. We were getting so much snow an hour yesterday that like we like the generator would turn off because it would get the whole area of like all the stuff would get like clogged, and like it was crazy. It was like I had to go out there like all the time and just like clear out the generator to get it working, and then it would break, and then it would stop working, and then it was hours of that. But that wasn't even the kicker, chat. Okay, that wasn't even and I'll probably tell this story a couple times today. All right, that wasn't even the kicker. So around 4 o'clock, keep in mind this is the heat of still blizzard out, still 75 mile per hour winds. At that point, probably have about 30 inches of snow on the ground. Out of nowhere, the alarm started going off. Just screaming, evacuate, because, what happened? The CO2 alarms go off. I was outside for 5 hours last night. You heard that right. I was outside for 5 hours yesterday because the CO2 alarm wouldn't go off for 4 hours. Obviously, you don't heck with that stuff, so we went outside of the blizzard. We went outside in the blizzard with the CO2 alarms going off, just going evacuate. So what we did was we run outside, we start shoveling the driveway so we can get the car outside, so that way the cats can be fine. Dude, yesterday was a day. Let me tell you, holy crap, dude! Woo! It was great. We're just sitting there watching a movie, and then it just goes evacuate. I'm like, oh God, what does this mean? Dude, it was awful. Woo, let me tell you. Vaxxin, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. So that's why I said yesterday got really interested. Well, we wanted to have the car out for all that space for them, Jess. So that way, if because what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to call. So we called, and they basically just said, yeah, we can't do anything because like, basically, to give you is my power back on? No, to give you an idea, to give you an idea, like the plows were getting stuck here in this town. Like plows couldn't even plow because there was so much snow that there's companies going out to save the plow trucks and like the cops and like everything because they were getting stuck. Like last I heard, they were still getting people unstuck, like because there was so much snow. Like it was like, I think there was like, if I'm correct, there was about 6 to 8 feet worth of drifts here. So like, think about that. Cars were covered. Like the people that tried driving, which they were told not to, were just stuck because like you couldn't go anywhere. It was the drifts were so intense and the wind was so intense. So it was, let me tell you though, dude, right when that went off, we grabbing a shovel, we're out there digging 4 feet of snow. I'm like, I'm not, my cats, and we did it. I should take a picture of the whole pathway we created. Like we created the whole pathway. What ended up happening was, and we started to realize the alarm was tapering. So we started to get, we were like, okay, like we got also just to make clear, we got all the windows open right away. Like that was like the first thing we did is we opened all the windows right when we heard that. We're like, no. So we got the windows open, and then what ended up happening is there was so much snow. There was so much snow that the intake pipes got fully blocked. So it was crazy because we cleared one of the intake pipes, and when we started to clear it, it started to get the thing got the beeping got even more intense. We're like, what the heck? Like, and then it stopped. It stopped for like an hour. We're like, okay, is everything good? I don't know if it's good. Then we heard it again. Then we're like, okay, what's going on? So then I had this idea. I'm like, okay, Lonnie, listen. Also, during this time chat, we weren't even able to use our phones or anything because I imagine it's whenever they have like emergency stuff, they just turn off like the cell phone towers. No cell coverage, no Wi-Fi, nothing. So we couldn't even use our phones because like we just couldn't use them. It was straight up just like, I don't even know if I have coverage still. Let me look. No, I still don't have it. It just says SOS on it. You know how like usually it says like 5G or like LTE or whatever? Mine just says SOS because like there's like no way to like we don't have no signal. So it was crazy because obviously when our power was out and then after the generator was down for a while because we had to turn the generator off when the alarm started going on, we lost the Wi-Fi. No, we did Circa. So that we had to do that because that's what they recommend you to do. And the SOS option allows that. It like only connects you to a few things. Yep. So we ended up we called and then they just said like we can't do anything. Like here's they were like they basically just said here's give us your number. If we can get there, we will. And then they were just like, obviously we'll advise you not to go in there if you need to do anything, but if you need to get something. So that's how we took care of everything else. And then, yep. So anyway, that was that. That was the day. We ended up clearing out the whole back path to the generator and then all the intake pipes. We found the intake pipe. We assume it's because the intake pipe that was blocked was the one that you used to cook. So what probably happened was when we had macaroni and cheese. When we made the macaroni and cheese, the intake pipe was blocked, and then of course the whole thing went off. So that was the day yesterday. So we didn't get back in until about 10 o'clock p.m. last night. We didn't get back in until about 10 p.m. last night, and I was just coming off of like an adrenaline rush. So like I mean like a legit like. Dude, that was an adrenaline rush because like the first thing I did was we grabbed those shovels and we started shoveling to make sure we could get everything there if there was like a serious thing with the CO2 stuff. But it was crazy, man. Needless to say, we slept here all night, so I think it's clear. I think we're in the clear, thankfully. I'm here. So, but boy, man, what a rush that was. TJ, thanks for the 3 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm still having a bit of an adrenaline rush from that, dude. It was something. But I learned that that's the nature of being a homeowner and also the nature of just being a big boy now. So we had to do some big boy stuff yesterday, but we did a good job. Lonnie and I, we both turned into big boy, big girl, and we got stuff done. So, and if I need to, I have a whole spot for the car to go now. So that's good. But yeah, what a day! What a day! Finally got your message through. Let's go. So, and yes, I'm from Massachusetts. That person who asked, yeah, I mean, there's like, I looked at the outage map earlier, and for this area, it just says tree limbs. It's not. Let me look. Like right here, it just says just tree limbs. It's been the same. It's been out since yesterday at 8:50 a.m. fully. So that's like my dad's stuff too. It's just yeah. So hopefully they get it fixed today. We're still running on the generator, so my generator went off a few times yesterday. You wanted to pop in real quick and tell me that the tips I gave you yesterday are already helping in quick play. Had a really good 27 kill game with 21,000 healing, and you really went aggressive and it felt so much better. Heck yeah. Hopefully that continues. You got this. Again, I don't know when the full video will be out. Tier list went out yesterday. Got good feedback on it. Obviously I didn't get this. Dude, I chat. So yesterday, I finally get back in. I'm like, oh, I wonder how the tier list is doing. There's some good feedback. Some people want more, like, some people love it. Some people hate it on the tier list video. But I started losing it laughing, chat. I was losing it. Dude. So, tier list aside, whatever, right? People can say if they like a tier list, don't like a tier list, give feedback. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And also, Mr. Sharky, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. The general one was, it seemed like most people liked the idea of it. I kind of envisioned the tier list video of being like a background watch where you don't need to see the video to know like the tier list. So that was the vision. We got a couple bits of feedback, put the tier list there, all that. That's easy, right? My favorite comment though, chat, I was in tears. It was so good. You ready for this? Now, ignore the first part. You can say this all day long. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Ready? Another terrible tier list from someone that barely plays the game and is only back because Marvel Rivals is in a downtime and want the extra clout and views and money. That was on my tier list video for Overwatch. I don't know what to say. How do you respond to that? I don't know. Okay, dude. How long is it since they played Rivals? I don't know, like a year and a few months, whenever it came out. Woo, outside of sponsor stuff, of course. Oh man, Meth, thanks for the 17 months of the tier 1, dude. I was losing it, man.
Thanks
Dude,
for sharing
I was
your
losing
Overwatch
it.
journey, and thanks for staying with Overwatch
Oh
like us
man,
for all
dude,
of
I
these
was like, dude,
years.
that's so good. That is so good, dude. I was in tears. Woo! That was great. Oh man. Yeah, because this I usually don't read a ton of YouTube comments, mainly because sometimes they just get ridiculous. But for this one, like when I'm doing like a new style of something, it's good to get that feedback because like I'm very feedback driven just in life in general. So like if it's within reason and it's something that I believe is worth improving, I'll improve at it every day of the week. So whenever I do like new style videos, that's where I'll look at comments so I can really understand the feedback. Like, you know, like understanding like what people like about it, what they don't like about it. And honestly, feedback was great for the tier list. I still think I'm going to go the route of that tier list now for my videos because the reason why I make long videos or make videos designed that way is because it's what I like. So whenever I'm just sitting here, let's say I'm playing Path of Exile, right? And I just want to listen to a video. I don't want to see the video. I don't need to see anything on the video, but I want something to listen to. That's why I kind of did that. So I think for the people that are just like looking for like the generic, like TikTok, you know, very like confined down tier list, it won't be that type of video for them specifically. But I do think it's going to be good for a lot of people who just like to have, you know, a TV show or a YouTube video on in the background and kind of listen to it and not have to ever see the video to understand like what's going on there. So we got some good feedback on it. Crap also gave me an idea that we're going to do next time where I'm going to basically have it ready to go. Like S tier's done, A tier's done. So I can go in order of the S, A, B, C, D. So that way, like when we do the video, it kind of goes in order of like D tier, C tier, B tier, A tier, rather than this is where the tanks are at. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes it easier to understand it anyway. So that's going to be the next one. But yeah, overall feedback was good. People seem to like the editing style. So, you know, some people aren't going to like it, but overall for a tier list video, it's doing pretty well. It seems to have a good ratio of stuff. So we'll see where it goes. But anyway, I'm going to do my best to give you all a good stream today, Chad. Just unfortunately, it's really weird right now with like the power outages. Like it's because like at a certain point today, if the power goes back, they're going to turn the power on, which means that my generator is going to turn off and there's going to be like a window where like my stuff turns off. Does that make sense? Because the generator is going to turn off. The house is going to taper off and shut down. My house does that whenever stuff goes offline. So it's going to turn everything off. So like my stream would go down and then I would probably be done by then. So it's kind of like when they get the power back on. But I'm afraid to get into a rank game. I don't want to start a Mystery Heroes grind because if I start a Mystery Heroes grind, I like to do that in one day. So I'm in a really weird spot. So maybe I'll just play some quick play today, play some games, and just kind of go until I can, until like we get a better idea of when the power is going to be restored. I think that's going to be the plan today. I know people love watching ranked, and don't get me wrong, I'm ready to get back into ranked too. Maybe I can queue a 6v6 or two like early, but I just don't want to risk it. I have other teammates to worry about with that stuff. At least in quick play, they can get a backfill, right? But I just get I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too. I think about my teammates in that situation, right? Of ranked games, of like I know it can be tough when you have a DC, so I'm not trying to add to that. In a situation where it could DC for sure. Like, I mean, I'm running on a generator right now, so yeah. Also, someone said something earlier about like Overwatch and something else. If I miss your statement, you can always yep. Yeah. So I agree on that one, Darius. That's feedback we've already applied for the next one of like having it show at the end. I think that was just an oversight because we just kind of put the video up as quick as we could for what that type of video is. So yeah, we got you. Don't worry, we're very like feedback driven, so we will be good on that one. But yeah, thank you Tree for the 4 months, and Jiang, thanks for the 13, or I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. What do they have for breakfast? I don't know if we're gonna have anything for breakfast. You got to remember, like we had to turn we're gonna see how all the food is because we had to turn the generator off. The generator, we had to turn it off for 5 hours when we were having the CO2 alarms go off for 5 hours. So like I got to see how the food is, so I don't even know yet. So I haven't ate anything. I haven't ate anything yet. So Morin still got the generator. Yes. ETN, the restoration. No, I mean, we got, to give you an idea, we got like 3 feet of snow here with like 8-foot drifts. So I was just telling the story about, and I have a couple of codes, I think. I was just telling chat the story about how we were basically out in the blizzard for 5 hours because we had the CO2 alarms going off. So yeah, that was the day yesterday. But the generator's still working now after we got everything dug out, and I learned about intake pipes and stuff, so I know where all my intake pipes are. And the reason, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that part. The reason why we found the intake pipes is because we got a separate house inspection done. We got a separate house inspection done, like right before we moved in. And I said, Lonnie, can you try to like pull up that email? Because she had one bar of like 5G finally. So she pulled up the email, and I found the pictures of our house from the inspection, and I found like the intake pipe that was covered. I'm like, wait a second. Is there a second intake pipe right there? Did you see that? Sure enough, we go over, fully covered. And that was the one where, like, if we cook food, I think that's where the pipe would have gone out. So it was, let me tell you. So it was a crazy day. I've never seen a blizzard like that in my life. Like, I've seen blizzards. I've never seen, like, 3 feet. Apparently Providence ended up breaking a record by, like, a foot of snow. Like, their last, like, recorded, like, was 28 inches, I think, or something, 28.9 inches of snow back. And if you're from Massachusetts, you know what this is, 1978. Everybody's parent, oh, the winter of 78. Oh, you've never seen anything, winter of 78. Needless to say, yeah. It was a pretty intense storm. Basically, we were in that area that got, there was this like part of Massachusetts, a whole line of it that got like 30 to like 40 inches of snow. There's a couple places that had 40 inches. I think like Fall River got like 40 inches. So yeah, it was crazy. Eve Clips, thanks for continuing the sub. Thank you, appreciate it. This winter's going to be your winter of 78 story. Yeah, we got our own now, chat. Listen, we've been waiting years to be able to do that. Okay. We've been waiting years to be able to do that, and here we are. Yep. I mean, you can get out of there. You just got to take one game at a time, Bizarre. Like, you say you're trying very hard to get out of plat, but sometimes it's also good to just take a second, sit back, and, like, refocus. Sometimes when you get into, like, the very much, like, I need to climb mode, what ends up happening is you just end up getting, like, I don't know. You kind of, like, tilt yourself a little bit, so. Because all it does is delay golf season. I don't play golf, but Lonnie and I were thinking picking it up this year. We think we're going to pick it up as a hobby. I'm going to be so sore, by the way, soon, too, because I did so much shoveling yesterday with, like, 4 feet of snow. And the reason why I say 4 feet, Chad, is because we had, like, massive drifts. So when I had to, like, clear the garage, it was much higher than 3 feet. It's just when you get drifts like that, you get, like, intense amounts of snow. Like, to give you an idea, chat, the snow right now in most areas when I walk outside is up to the top of my thigh. Like, almost at my waist. I'm not even joking. Probably not cannoli because of travel bans. Yeah, I don't think we can travel yet still. Is the power back on? No. Nope, this is all generator powered. Mm-hmm. You have a 5-foot fence? Yeah, we have, I think, a 6-foot one, and it's right there, too. Yep. Yes, they are going to replay code wipe. I was made aware of this yesterday. I think Crap might have got the replay codes for me. Yeah, he did. Okay. He just didn't say here. I got 2 replay codes. We got a Domina one and then like an Enron one after. So we have a couple spectators. I'm getting a little bit coffee, so hopefully I didn't get like a cold yesterday being outside, but we'll do that later. You missed the stream yesterday. I lost power. Oh, I didn't have power yesterday either. Yeah, that's why I'm in like sorry, chat. So sorry about the weird schedule. Obviously this blizzard hit really hard, so it's just one of those weird. Like I'll be back on track soon. And once everything's settled and everything's back to normal with like the power, it's easy for me to just sit down and stream, right? No, it's not snowing. It stopped around like 8 p.m. last night, 9 p.m. So I think we're getting more snow tonight, but it's only like I think like 3 to 5 inches of snow, maybe. Let me look. But yeah, where I'm at, all it says is the cause of it was tree limbs and the estimated time of restorations evaluate an outage. But Lonnie did get an email last night from Lonnie got an email last night from where we live, and she said it was like they said that Eversource, like like the whole that's Eversource is like the big company here, for like electrical, said to them 3 to 5 days, but for residential, maybe longer. That's what they were told for getting the power back. So hopefully sooner than that. But Apparently, they were told 3 to 5 longer than, and then possibly longer for residential. Is it days? Yeah. 3 to 5 days, yeah. I have enough gas for the generator then? Yeah, we have a whole thing on it. It's good. Mm-hmm. Apparently, we can run these for days, so. They said they always say that. Oh, yeah, but apparently there's a bunch of trees down here. The thing with these type of blizzards is that if you ever have any trees that were going to fall over at some point anyway, a heavy snowstorm blizzard takes care of that real quick. I have a tree that I heard we were just sitting here last night, and we just heard a loud sound. We look out backyard, tree cracked in half. Just completely just cracked in half. So. Yep. The protected area. They already cleared that land, Alex. That land's already cleared. I'm in Massachusetts, Beaker. So yeah, not like full Cape though. No, but I was in the pocket of a bunch of snow. Yellow Morning, thanks for the 28 months of the tier 1. Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, oh yeah, they already cleared that area out over there. Like they haven't built on it yet, but all the electrical's done there. They have like a fire hydrant up there. Oh yeah, they took care of that real quick. Yeah, they basically just told the people that they promised that they wouldn't. A little backstory here because people are like, "What are you talking about?" So when we moved here, one of the things that we were told specifically, from them was that like you can't build anywhere else around us because it's like what do you call it? It's protected land, but there's another word for it. Conservation. Does that sound right? Does that sound like a word? That's correct. Preservation. One of those. Either way, it's basically somewhere you can't build, right? And that was a big selling point. Like it was like for a lot of people was like, yeah, well, they can't build anymore in here because this is protected. So the neighborhood over, we're told the exact same thing. What happens? They go, oh well, we lied. That's what they said. And then they were like, Lonnie found the town meeting. They're like, dude, you guys all promised us, it was a price point for this that like you can't build over here because you can't build here. It's whatever you want, whatever the word is for it. And their response was, well, that could be true, but we're sorry you're misinformed. We're going to do it anyway. So all the people that were told in a selling point was they can't build behind you were basically just told, well, sorry that you were misinformed. And then they went and built. Yep. Mm-hmm. So they just immediately had trucks out there, cleared it out, and then, yeah. So they were told, yep. Yeah, either way, they were basically told that they could never build there, and that was a big selling point for a lot of people there because you get that privacy, and then they just started building houses. Yep. And their response was, sorry for the miscommunication. Sorry that they misinformed you. And then so Lonnie and I got curious. So then we heard that they were like, oh yeah, we have a couple other spots near us. And we're like, wait a second. We go to the email. Sure enough. And a really cool part about this land is nobody can build behind you or near you. This is it. So that will be fun if they ever try. That's all we're saying. If they ever try, good luck. All right? Good luck. Because we have it, it's all there in words and everything of their selling point of you can't build behind this, all that. So don't worry. We got that. We if they ever try that, good luck to them. That's all I'm going to say. How that they could sue? I mean, I'm sure they already have people on there. I mean, I know one of the people that lives there because they did our whole... Dude, also the flickering lights gets to me. Your move went, well, let's go around. I might get a little bit of a cold today, I think, by the way, just because like I was outside for that thing the whole time. I mean, I if it ever gets to that point, Zach, from what I understand, it's pretty much pretty much a guaranteed win on that one because they can't do that. But I can't speak for like the communication levels that they got on the other neighborhood. Like that, it doesn't affect me right now, but I'm sure in a few years they'll try. They're going to try. Like they're going to be like, hey, we're going to go back there and we're going to try to build there. And we're going to be like, well, you got a problem. So also I have most of the land they would even want. And my goal when I bought this area, like when we did all the stuff, I could have, there's like a whole walking path for people. I was like, I'm not touching that. Yes, I own this part, but I'm not going to take away that part of nature. You know what I mean? Like there's like a whole like walking path with like a lake. And I'm like, I'm not touching that. We're not going to build there ever. I'm not doing anything like that. So, At least we got that area blocked off, right? We're not gonna. At least we got that area blocked off, so they can't build there because I'm not letting them touch that. So that's not getting built on. That's not getting moved. I'm keeping that intact so that way the walking path still exists for people. You can get all your ticks during the summer, and that's what we're doing. So anyway, yeah. So they're gonna have to really try to get that stuff built if they want, because I'm not letting them do that. So I ain't letting them do that. Not on my watch. All right. The tick spot. Well, last time Lonnie and I went there during the summer, dude, let me tell you, good thing we check for ticks. And I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I can eat a lot of different. I can eat a lot of different foods, but I'm not trying to like not be able to eat meat right now, like in general. And what I mean by that is like I'm not like a huge like meat fiend or anything like that, right? But an occasional thing when you go out, obviously, if totally understand if you don't have any of that stuff, respect it. But there's a thing with ticks right now that more people are getting, where like when you get bit by a tick or something, you just like you're allergic to like certain meat or something. Is that true? So it's like there's like a new thing. It's not new, but like I guess it's more common of like ticks. So like apparently now like it like makes you allergic to like red meat. You get allergic to it and you can't eat it. Yep. So I'm not trying to heck with ticks either, I'm not trying to heck with those ticks. So, anyway, for today, chat, I have a couple videos we'll record. I'll probably play quick play for a while. If I feel like the internet's more stable, I'll play some games. Again, I really do apologize for like the weird streams this week. Just to reiterate, we had a huge blizzard here. Probably the craziest blizzard I've ever been a part of. It's not that like it was the full state that got the blizzard effects of like what, even 1978 had. But for this area, I think most people will be talking about this. This specific blizzard around this area. It was everything got it. It was just so much. It was basically a hurricane with 3 feet of snow. So it was basically exactly. It was the heavy wet snow too, not like the fluffy like okay we can shovel this up easily. Like I'm talking like so it just takes a little bit. I'm glad the generator was great to have though. I will say that much. It was nice to. Like I felt bad for my neighbors because like they're just in their garage just sitting there because my neighbor's generator is broken, which they went with the oh man. So there's 2 builders you can go with here. They went with the other house builder, and I always heard stories about how they make really cool houses, but like they don't think about the little things. I feel so bad for my neighbors, man. Their generator doesn't work, right? This is the same neighbors who had to move out of their house for 2 months because they and I'm not joking, had almost $500,000 worth of water damage because the pipes broke because they didn't do an inspection on the pipes. The house people decided to skip that. They decided to skip the inspection on pipes to get them moved in, and then the pipes burst.
32
and then they had no
That's
information for them. They had no information for them what to do when their pipes start bursting. So they just try to hold the water on the pipe, and they couldn't do anything, right? They couldn't do anything because they had no information. Meanwhile, when I moved in, they had somebody come through, show me every single thing around the house, where to turn it off, gave me a giant binder with 300 pages worth of every single contact info, what to do, how to do this, go there. And then the other builder's like, yeah, well, your house is fine. And then they had to move out for a while because of that. And then they moved back in last month. Very nice, I met them. And then their generator doesn't work because they didn't check that either. I'm like, dude, like we had to make a choice between the builders, and I could just tell. Like the vibe they had was like that was the vibe they had, to say the least. It was very like very, very, very like different on that one. So let me tell you. Ba, 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 ba. Mm-hmm. Well, even though I don't have red hair, specifically 777, this was not your first time typing in the chat. You actually typed exactly a week ago. Letting chat know that people are here for loot boxes, and if watching my channel is good for soldier mains. So it's actually your second time. Why am I not queuing? We currently are in a power outage, so I'm being a little bit careful on some things, and I'm going to record some videos. So good luck. Do houses come with generators? Ours came for free, surprisingly. They're actually pretty pricey, unfortunately. You can get like the smaller ones that work, but they just were like, hey, do you want a generator? We're like, okay. So, yep. See you, Poison Ivy. Do. Said you're about to close on a house for the first time, and oh, you didn't get the sewer checked, like in general, or like. I would always say that, especially if you have. At least when I grew up as a kid, dude, we had so many problems with the sewage thing. What do you call it? What's the thing you would have in your yard with like the little? I don't think I even have one of those. I think it's different here. What's those things that, like in your yard, like the giant, like, what's the thing? I can't think of it. Septic tank. There you go. Septic tank. Yes, dude, they had to go in there and like redo it like 3 times when I was growing up. The septic tank. Yep. Yeah, that was something that was consistent. Yeah. Rank. There you go. Sure. I will probably still do Mystery Heroes today. Not today. This week. Double. But unfortunately. I want, whenever I do like the Mystery Heroes, I want to lock in for a long time. Sorry if I'm clear. I think I'm starting to get a slight cold. I imagine standing out in the blizzard for 5 hours was an easy way to do that. I could be wrong, but is there a patch happening this week? There's a patch happening today, but I think it's just a bug fix patch, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna do Mystery Heroes when I can sit down for a full day and know I can sit down for a full day. Because like I said, if they even fix the power today, plus I don't know how the generator. I don't know how the generator like works like for like this amount of time, so I gotta pay attention to that. So yeah, but I will do it this week. I just don't have a direct answer of when I will do it, so my apologies. I would like to be able to kind of lock in on that at one point. So we're going to do a couple spectatings to start the day, chat. I know that we did a bunch yesterday too, but we have replay codes resetting today, which means we're going to lose all of our replay codes also. Do I still have a Discord link? It should work. If not, I'll just try to copy and paste it into a browser, Cyrus, and see if that works. I know that's weird, but there's a workaround usually sometimes. We have a Domina, so this is going to be good. Good to see a Domina gameplay, which is nice to see. This is our second Domina one, but it's just good to get new heroes stuff. There it is. You asking if I not played Stadium yet? I haven't played any Stadium just yet. I've just been taking a slight break from Stadium while they figure everything out. Dems, thanks to the 12 months of the tier 1. Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. So, but yeah, we're gonna record couple spectatings, and then we'll figure out the day. I'm gonna go as long as I can today before I'm like, okay, I don't want to lose power or like worry about it. So, plus I probably got to do some stuff outside. I want to clear out any ice or anything around the generator. I don't think we're gonna get our driveway plowed anytime soon. There's nothing open, so it's not like I can go out and do anything or do that. But yeah, that's gonna be the plan for today. So a couple spectatings. We'll probably play some games. Again, this is not normal for my schedules. Usually I do my 10-hour days all the time. For anybody new, as you saw, those I generally do very long days. You hate the new stadium icons too? Oh, I agree. I saw them and I was like, dude, that's not... I think it's just one of those overthinking it things of like just trying to do more stuff to it to like... There's just some things that don't need to be streamlined like that, I guess. Stocked up on food? Probably the opposite. We have food, of course. It's just like, I think our whole fridge is not going to be viable. After having that, because like when we had the CO2 alarms yesterday, we like had my first thing was to turn off the generator because I had no idea what was causing the CO2 stuff. So we had to turn the generator off until we were confident enough we were ready to put the house back on, which again took about, I want to say about 5 hours. I think by the time we were out there around like 4:30, and then I think we put the generator on around like 9:30, 9:40, because we finally had the confidence to put it on after the alarm stopped. So. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, we had the carbon monoxide detector go off, and it wasn't the one that like apparently there's like different codes. One's kind of like be careful, but it's fine. This one was going 4 beeps and going evacuate now, like literally. It was the most. I was like, holy, okay, I'm going. It was loud, like that. That's basically what it. That's literally what it would do. It was like 4 beeps and evacuate now. That's literally what it would do. So. But again, future home, having my house now, I've learned to make sure to, I know where my intake pipes are at. I will make sure during any storm to go out and clear them so that way they never get clogged or covered up. That's basically my guess as to what happened. So, it's a learning experience. Is my generator a safe distance from the house? Honestly, Caps, I think it's just, what is safe distance is my question. Yes, yeah, we're good. We're good, Siren. Yes. We're good. Yep. Trust me, Lonnie and I are very we're very thorough on stuff like that. 6 to 7 yards, as far as you know. Yeah, I think they're pretty particular with like the legal limits here. So I'm pretty sure it's about 6 to 7 feet from the house. Yeah. I'm kidding. But no, I think it's about it's the legal limit. Oh, I know what you were doing there with the number. That's why I went with it. But yeah, the limit of where it's supposed to be from the house, I'm more than positive they have it from that. I'm trying to think. Actually, it's definitely not 10 feet from the house. It's like 3 feet, 4 feet, I think. Yeah, because we could fit a shovel between the house and like the spot we wanted to shovel out. So anyway, I learned a lot. Intake pipes won't be blocked. Hopefully, no more issues with that. And sorry, chat, I'm just like, still an adrenaline rush from yesterday on that one. Still no power? Nope, no power. And this is all, hey, it's cool. Like, I never knew how generators work, but man, they're damn cool for these moments. I'll tell you that much. Like I said, I feel bad because my neighbors are just completely just not working right now. So they were just like sitting in their garage. They obviously come over, but we were having the CO2 alarms going at that point, so I didn't think they wanted to come in during the CO2 alarms, I had to sneeze. So. I'm glad those the alarms went off too, because obviously, like, I never would have known the intake pipe was blocked, right? That was something I never would have known. So I'm glad it did do that because now it's clear. Anyway, so we're going to do a spectator to start the day. Bear with me. Again, if it ends up being a really weird short day again, I don't know. I don't think it will be, but if it does end up being a really weird short day, just remember that this is not normal for my schedule, that once things are back on track, they're back on track. Okay? So. All right, are they? I think so, but we've had so much stuff that it's just been we've been backlogged with a lot of stuff, which is never in the YouTube world, never a bad thing when you have backlog. I feel like we're constantly just like, we have so much different types of content now that like, I can kind of create really fun stuff. A day or two off video-wise just to make sure they're good. So, yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, man. Okay, cool. But yeah, generator, no power. No, I know how the generator works. It's more like just like seeing it in action. Does that make sense? It's like seeing it in action is just so different. Like wow, like it works this way. That's cool. That's more of what I'm like surprised by. So, you had time for solar? I've thought about getting solar eventually, but I think it would cost I think the quote was like $70,000 or something. So I'm in no rush to get my solar power on the roof. I think the backside of the house actually is in a perfect spot for it. So like it wouldn't even like aesthetically make the house, like it would be fine, but there was a pretty high quote to get it installed. It was like, I think it's like $70,000 to get solar installed. So we're in no rush. That seems wrong. You get another quote. We asked about that and they said that's become the norm around this area. I guess they figured out a price that like they're comfortable with on charging for it. So that's what they said. They said that they noticed that recently. They noticed recently that a lot of the solar companies are charging an astronomical amount like in this area. So that's just, I guess that's the norm now. Your dad got fed up with the solar prices and just set it up himself. Wasn't your dad like an engineer in some form, Beaver? So probably I don't got that skill set. Is that it's about what you paid for solar? Yeah. So I wouldn't doubt if those quotes have gone up even more now, straight up. Oh, I mean, the price point of it's probably one of those things that over a long-term period makes sense. But I think that like the short term, just like I'm not doing that right now. That does not happen. Dude, after moving into a house and like seeing just like, dude, let me tell you. So, I don't know if we get incentives anymore for that stuff. I could not tell you. Either way, like it's more of like the short term like price of it than it is. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Yes. And after moving into a brand new house and doing all that stuff, I'm just chilling. He said the generator is supposed to be 10 feet from the house. Absolutely is not 10 feet from my house. So. Yep. He says the solar is pretty good in here. Yeah, no, I get that. I understand the benefits of it. I understand the benefits of it. It's just like, like I said, I'm just not trying to go and do that right now. After just spending so much to get into let's get into the house and get everything set up the way I wanted it. It's just like, I'm ready to just, dude, I'm in like, I want a year of just saving. Or at least try. You know what I mean? I'm trying, I'm not trying to, dude, you know what I'm happy about, chat? Apparently they finally got the interest rates below 6%. So in 2 months, I can finally redo my stuff. So it's going to go from like, I'm not joking, like 7.77% to like 5 something. So that is what I'm looking forward to. I'll tell you that much. You like my content a lot? Thank you. I'm looking forward to that part. That's gonna be good. So, yeah. You're getting yours on a 4.3. Yeah, mine was 7.77, and that was lower at the time when I got it. Yep. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, your electric bill doubled. Massachusetts has been having that happen because they're doing like, there's a lot of different things they're doing, but I guess the Massachusetts electric bills have doubled a lot because they have a new, there's like a new thing in there, but I guess some of them is because of the like the AI water things they're doing. Okay. All right. We don't need to have any more arguments about like solar power, energy stuff. Everybody has different experiences. Just leave it at that, dude. If you guys get really passionate about it, y'all know where the DMs are in this. You can just DM each other and continue your conversation there if you feel necessary. Okay, chat. Let's record a spectating. We'll get into some gameplay in a bit. Again, I'm going to do my best to give you all a full day. I don't know if that will happen due to the power outages, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm starting to like feel like, I don't know if it's a cold or just kind of like finally chill. All right. So, sound good? You just finance from 6.9, nice, to 5.9. Hey, that's huge. It doesn't sound like a lot, but like 1% of like a house loan is like huge when you refinance those numbers. So, okay. What's the current temperature? Like 20 degrees, I think. You says, but we're on the subject. You didn't bring it up. We're talking about the solar power. Yeah, but like the thing is that like if then someone goes, hey, let's just like move on to a different conversation, it doesn't mean keep the conversation going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've always made a rule that if people get too intense over a conversation and they just don't know how to not argue like you're, you know, at a family party arguing politics, it's like, it isn't worth. We're in a Twitch chat. We're just like, we have good conversations. If we were doing that type of vibe, then I'd be like, okay, have your conversations, but we're not. So that's all I'm saying, right? So I'm just trying to lead you in the right direction here, right? Okay, let's do this. Actually, there's one more ad time and popping up right now, chat. After this ad's complete, we'll start the spectating, okay? Sound good? And then we'll start recording. Yeah, it's actually not the coldest here. I mean, I say that when it's 20 degrees, but we had like a whole like, let me see. I'll tell you what the temperature is. It's 24 degrees, but we had a whole, week of, what was it? A bunch of stuff. So, Wednesday, did old habits. I mean, it's no problem being here. It's just, we're just trying to say, like, when we're moving on from something, we'll just move on. It's not worth the argument. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so it's going to be, I mean, we got snow on Wednesday, but it's not too much. Next week we have a storm currently slated for, a foot of snow. Awesome. Oh, man, that's going to be sweet. Okay. The exploding tree warning? No, that was like wasn't that like in the Midwest or something with the exploding tree stuff when that was happening? I did have a tree like snap in half. That was because of the wind. But, yep. Morning, Martin. Morning. Yeah, the house is finally back on regular temperature too, because we had to open all the windows yesterday for a while. So that definitely took a lot of get. I'll probably have quite the electric bill this month, or gas bill, whatever it's gonna be. So I'm just looking at the temperatures. What state am I in? I'm in Massachusetts. Comfort. Yeah, okay, so everything's good now. All the temperatures are set. I'm actually gonna turn this one down to percentage that's better. Sorry. Is it Crimson Desert? I'm not quite sure what Crimson Desert is. I'm going to play Resident Evil this week, hopefully. You need to work for 3 more hours, or you got this? Again, this ad's about to be done. Sorry for the long, extended talk to chat moments, chat, but I just needed to do this because I needed to get into the flow of the day. So, again, apologies for any scuff. Secure Toaster, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Man, I am trying here. It looks like a casket, yeah. I heard there might be one next week, but it might be like, it's not going to be as intense as this blizzard. Oh, man, yeah, I'm definitely going to get some type of cold. I'm getting congested. It's okay. I'm grinding through this. 1 second, and sneeze. Okay. Let me see this. Okay. I'm ready. There's 1 more minute on the ad timing, and then we're going to start recording, okay? And then we're good. But yeah, no, yeah, we're in Massachusetts, so like I said, hopefully everybody gets their power back today. I know, like, my dad's probably hoping for power. Like I said, I don't even have cell service still. Like, I can't even do anything on that side. I can use my internet to do stuff, but I can't do that. So also, you know what's crazy, Chad? Did you see that like Overwatch had tweeted that the second week of Overwatch actually had more people than the launch? So I saw that they put that yesterday. Like, I guess like there was even more players on the second week of this season than the first week. Because like it's just people are. I mean, it's what happens when like you start to have like that chain effect of like everybody being like, "Hey, Overwatch is fun right now." Like people start to tell their friends to check it out, and then you get the groups going. So it sounds like Overwatch is back on people's docket now. It's on Overwatch to keep that going. All right, chat. I'm ready to record again. Thanks. Sorry for apologies for the delays. You're gonna hear me say that a few times a day. Just to reiterate one more time. Currently still have no power. I'm going to do my best to do a long stream. If I can't, that's why. And that's pretty much it, okay? So if for some reason I can't do a long day, that's why. I'll do my best. No, this isn't the norm. I generally do very long streams. And that's that, okay? So that's where I'm at. Let's do this. Let's record this video. We got 2 to record because the replay code's reset today, and then we'll figure that out. You said Summit was playing? Oh, that's awesome. Obviously, I mean, I know someone well, so that's cool. Okay, here we go. All right, so today's video, we have a gold 3 tank on PC playing Domina. This is my second spectating of Domina recently, so this will be interesting to see. And they say this match had me confused in the nearly 9 years I've been playing this game. For the first time in my entire life, I was flamed for playing the high ground. My team, specifically my sim and Mercy, my sim said, tank on high ground, LOL, implying tanks should never play on high ground. Was going on about it so much I had to mute them for my mental, but I couldn't get over it. They just wanted to slam our faces into the payload all match, and the enemy team did the same thing most of the game, and this led to one of the longest matches I've ever played in gold. I won't tell you who won because I think it's more fun that way, but boy, was it wild to watch my team hate the idea of high ground. Okay, so I do want to point out there will be cases where while I say how useful high ground is, and that is something that I do, is I'm like, hey, high ground can be useful. Another thing I've always given the advice on is play at the pace of your team. So we'll see what happens. I'll see if these moments are the right play for you, if you should be low ground, high ground, and we'll go from there. Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see what happens.
You're a high performer.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You got this, Pyro.
Attackers incoming.
Yep, you're skeptical until you saw how much everyone's talking about it. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so... Yep. Okay, already, you got to be right here. And I know this is going to suck to hear this because I'm very much like adamant on the high ground. But like I'm looking at your team. You can't sit up here. The problem is that in theory, if you're on Sigma, it makes a little bit more sense because you can do damage around the walls and maneuver your shield. You need to go low ground right here and hold the corner. I'm not. This is not my favorite. Like if I'm in a top 500 game, like we're probably going to play around the rotations of this part of the map. See, like you kind of play here. So the idea is that you control this area. But even as a tank, it's very common for me to drop down from here and hold this corner because if you utilize this high ground and stop the cart right here safely. Keep in mind, the word is safely here because you don't want to stay here for too long if they overwhelm you. The idea is that you back up this way, and then you control this part of the map, and then you can sit here, etc. But why not just put the shield at the corner? I see no reason to put the shield at the corner and not drop down. I'm serious. Like, again, I'm looking at what I'm seeing on the field right now. There's no way your teammates would survive this, right? And it's like, I know it's like, I'm as you know, I'm very adamant about high ground, but this is where we're going to have to apply the other part of when I mentioned high ground. You have to play at the pace of your team. If you have a Bastion, Mercy, and a Bring on the low ground right now, and the only person on the high ground is Ash, your team's going to get rolled right here. The only way you're not going to get rolled is if your Bastion makes a miraculous play right away. Could happen. But if you keep doing this, it's going to be the same result. So we'll see how it plays out. But I will even drop here if the team is set up like this. There's the shield you mentioned, by the way. But again, the shield is not the only pressure here. Like, you need the tank there sometimes to alleviate the pressure. So if you have a shield, great, but then they break the middle of the shield, which is 250 damage. That's all you have to do, and now your teammate's susceptible again. If you're there as a tank, you're kind of in the way, so they're going to have to shoot at you, and then you can make plays to push them back. And again, what you need to think about is your rotation out. You're just going to rotate up and away this way. Do not go this way. This way is tough because you end up in this weird spot where you end up here, and then you have to do a really long rotation. If you can, safely disengage this way and use this as your cover. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So see, like, as your Bastion's up here, if you're here, you're now going to be kind of like keeping them at bay. Your Bastion's going to get more value up here, and then they're going to be distracted. Then if they turn for your Bastion, you can move up and kind of pressure them. So there's a lot of plays that could be happening right now. So again, I don't mind you starting up here specifically, but I do think there's some value in holding the corner at a certain point. At this point, though, you're fine because now the card's here, your teammate survived. So there's a spot where you can hold the cards in here. And if you just go like, nice shot, go like right up here, and eventually you can just hold the card from this spot. You're in queue, it's been 20 minutes. Like watch, when you get a little bit closer, it's gonna stay contested. They're gonna show like 2 on the card. See how it says 1 now? Once you get that number to 2, you can hold it here, right? You can tethily hold it. So, if it works the same way it used to. But like, look at the low ground. Like again, the pace of your team. Your brig's right here. You got to drop, right? It's not. Don't get me wrong. I love to play high ground, but you just gotta drop. It sucks but also your brig gets more value. Imagine a tank here. Now your brig can proc inspire more. There's a lot that can happen here. Sorry, I know I'm being adamant about that, but I know you were a bit confused as to like why your team wanted you on the low ground. Again, I'm not. Truthfully, I think it's more of your teammates setting up incorrectly than it's on you to make that clear. But sometimes if your teammates set up incorrectly and they don't want to change their spots, you know what? It's one of those, like, if you can't beat him, you got to join him, and that's where you're at, so. Yep. Yeah, to make it clear, that initial position by your team is generally going to go in favor of the other team most of the time. Now you've dropped. This is good. Yeah.
68 months.
You kind of just spamming some buttons.
To 69 Lisa, tomorrow I'm writing my midterm exam. Wish me luck that I'll pass yippee.
May Chen, thanks for the 68 months of the tier 1, and hey, congrats, it's awesome. You got this. You're gonna do just fine for your midterm in almost 69 months. Nice. Thanks for the 68 months. I appreciate that. Here, rather than sit in the middle, play the cover. I know your teammates are getting pressured, but you need to play cover here so that way you have the ability to back away from extra damage. You want to force them to have to push past to get kills rather than go into them and give them free kills. So it's been a rough first point for you, but it's not like all specifically on you. This all stems from your teammates' rough positioning to start. But then at that point, you can sit there and use that reasoning all day long, but eventually you gotta move up with them. So that's why I want to pause for a second to kind of give people an idea on something here. You're going to hear me give advice in every single one of these videos about different things. In Overwatch, there's a lot of like nuance and a lot of things that shift. So for one video, I might suggest, hey, stay up here the whole time. The next video, I don't. And one thing to pay attention to is why I'm giving that reasoning. For example, if all your teammates are set up on the high ground there, I have no problem when you sit up on the high ground and just playing around the map and kind of slowly like tapping the cart, right? That's generally what you get in top 500. But if all your teammates are on the low ground, you have to make that adaptation. So you might watch 3 Route 66s, and I'll have different advice at the moment because Overwatch is also a game that you need to kind of adapt in real time. Like I can give you all the X's and O's too, right? One of the reasons why I don't sit there and overanalyze with X's and O's sometimes is because it just isn't going to work like a pro match, right? So I want to teach you the ability to adapt for each game rather than just like, this is the clear-cut way to do it, because there isn't a clear-cut way to do it in Overwatch unless you're in pro play, and even then, it takes one random Zenyatta right-click or some random play to change that right away. So the point I'm making is you're going to see different advice, but the idea is to learn how to adapt as quick as you can to what your teammates are doing. And that is something I try to do. In fact, if you watch me play, you'll hear me sometimes going, dude, I should have done that sooner. Like, and what I mean by that is I recognized it was something I needed to adjust for the team, and I didn't do it soon enough. So by the time I did it, it's either too late in the game or on our back foot, and I need to, like, you know, fix it from there. So anyway. Okay, let's see what happens next. I mean, they going good. How about yours? I recorded the Mizuki one yesterday. Yeah, you're going to start seeing a few videos. I recorded, like, what? This will be, after today, I've recorded, like, 4 Spectatings of new Spectatings. So we're doing these ones because everything's about to go. So far, you're doing fine. You don't need to drop just yet. I would not recommend dropping from here just yet. If your teammates are getting mad at you for dropping here, that's the incorrect play. Because, like, let me kind of explain this to you. There's certain points where, like, the cart progression doesn't make a huge difference. Route 66 second point, in my opinion, is one of them. Because the moment you stop this cart at any point, the moment you win a team fight, they have to run all the way from here, all the way back up through 3 small chokes. Choke number 1, choke number 2, choke number 3. Get through these chokes smoothly, control the high grounds, then push the cart all the way here while having to deal with all of the high ground around them. On paper, this is one of those maps where don't necessarily worrying about getting 5 people to the cart right away. Worry about winning the team fight because the map should carry a couple minutes of this game. You know, in theory, of course, right? So this one is a little bit more wiggle room of, like, not dropping down, because I do believe that the positioning for this map, like, look at what you're doing right here. Like, look at where you're at. Look how much vision you have of everything they're doing. Like, you don't even have to, like, you don't have to drop, because it doesn't matter if they get an extra 5 meters right now, because, like, that extra 5 meters doesn't make a difference. So in this situation, your teammates actually should be more on the high ground, even more so than first point, and surround them And the only way to give up free team points or team fights to them is to do exactly what just happened. Your team just starts dropping down to the cart and gives up like pristine positioning just to try to stop an extra few meters, which in return, rather than winning the team fight, you lose the team fight and you lose the whole point. So that one's a little bit different for me. I do believe that if your teammates were mad about that one, about dropping down, I actually think that your whole team made the... Don't drop down there is what I'm saying. I really do. I do think Route 66 is one of those maps on second point that gets carried by that point. Also, great play there. For anybody wondering, the interactions with the wall. So when you do that, make sure you're aiming towards a wall. I actually recently watched a VOD of a Domina player who wouldn't do that with D.Va, where I was like, dude, just put D.Va, like just slam D.Va with that ability to the wall, and you're going to literally just demech him over and over again. Never did that. So, but yeah, anyway, that was my second point take. Of course, like, again, if we look at the hindsight, you probably just drop down with your team on second point. I don't like that. I don't like that doing that. I like this ult, by the way. I do like this ult. Good ultimate, good aggressive play, being decisive with your decision-making. So far, I'm not too worried about your mechanics. I feel like your mechanics are fine for what, for being in gold. I really believe this has just been a decision-making game, which that can be some of the games. You can have good mechanics and everything on your screen. You're like, I'm hitting my shots. Why are we losing? It's the rest of the game where you can lose that. So I like this pressure you're taking to the angle, just to show people why this is kind of a cool position. If your teammates are here and they can take care of this doorway and you're right here, this team is, look at the impossible situation they're in, right? Look at the point of view they have. What do you do here? You got to clear one side, but if this side is taken care of by a Cassidy and this side is taken care of by a team of Sim, Domina, and Brig, what options do they have, right? They have to clear a side out, but if they don't clear a side out, this is how you gain all that time back. So this is a pretty good setup by you and your team. You can go back and forth between left and right side here if you would like. I do think that as long as your team controls that right side, like with the Brig, you're going to be good. So, but so far, this is good. Now we'll go forward a little bit. Yes, go forward. And I would go even a little bit more forward there. Get the Sigma. Like right now, that Sigma was out of position behind you. Finally goes down there, I think on accident. But you're doing mostly this right? I just saw the first ever Enron ult kill. That's rare. Not really, but it's tougher. There you go. Good job doing the damage against the wall. Holding the cart. There it is. Oop. Yeah, I mean, okay, like, I want to get you in the mindset of this. When you get into these, like, really long duels, I want you to start thinking cover. One of the easiest ways to get trades is to start to prioritize your positioning when you're in a lost team fight. And so, like, you have two options. You either A, just run at an honor and try to kill the honor right away, or B, you play cover and debate one of them into you, because there's going to be somebody who runs at you. This happens even in top 500 where somebody has to get that a limb, right? So they run at you. Set yourself up for a trade here rather than just like sitting on the cart and running in circles. Again, easier said than done, but any trades you get here because they don't have a mercy, that's an easy retake for you. Trades are super important in Overwatch. If a team fight is lost, any elim that you can get, even if it's just to get a mercy res out if they do have a mercy, can go a long way for the next team fight. So think about that sometimes. But I want you to start to prioritize going to cover more than just going to the middle of the point. I really do think sometimes you're doing that, and you end up in the middle. Go to the... Nope, you got to be... Okay. This is on you. You can't hesitate there, right? You have to assume that Sigma's going to have that ultimate since you haven't heard that ultimate in a while. You can't sit there. Like, if they're going to lift you up, you want them to do it when you're on the cart, right? Do not be hesitant here. That's the worst thing you can do in that situation, okay? Just go to the cart. You're the one on there. If they lift you up and win that way, great. But if you're on the cart, there's a chance that they do it a little bit sooner, and there isn't enough time to get you off the cart, even with that ultimate, or it gives more opportunity. Like, basically, that hesitation you made, excuse me, that hesitation play you made was basically, at least in my opinion, the make or break of this team fight. I felt like that straight up was the make or break. So, of that hesitation. Now, of course, when I say make or break, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to win the team fight, but I'm looking at your ultimates. You have actually great retake ults. You're going to have a Valk. I think it was Valk. Maybe I was wrong. Either way, you have a Domina ultimate. You have a Symmetra wall. Like, that's a pretty clean team fight win for you. So, hesitation, be careful there. Insecure Toaster, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate that. Thank you. So, I just wanted to point that out. We'll see where your attack goes, decision-making going, but so far that's been a thing. Chat, can we get some blankies for Mr. Sharky Jr. with the 10 gifted. Actually, the person we reviewed yesterday. Thank you for the 10 gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Give me 1 second, too, in the meantime. Crap, I'm just sending you something, okay? Okay, we're good. But thank you for the 10 gifted. That's very kind, Sharky. I appreciate it. Seriously. These streams have been unreal, by the way. Here we go. Let's see how your attack goes. Is it 5.9 seconds? Well, I usually don't do it on the second half, not. Just to kind of put that there. It's not as important for the second half of it. All right, this is where I imagine y'all are typing and getting angry at each other. Again, I do think, like, first point, there was a couple spots where you needed the drop, and there was a couple spots that, truthfully, where your team didn't know how to position. Oh, wow, I just tried doing positioning, and then I tried to do it together, and because I'm learning how to do that, and I just made a new word. Positioning. There we go. Yep. Now against the D.Va here, remember, utilize your ability to knock the D.Va against the wall. Another thing as a reminder here for people playing against D.Va, if you're playing Domina, the left click right now, when it's a beam, goes through defense matrix, the shot is what does it. So you can still put some decent pressure on a D.Va when you normally wouldn't be able to as, let's say, a Sigma unless you hit a rock. So you do have the ability and the pressure to actually, like, heck with D.Va. Also, I don't think it needs to be said that the target focus there by your team was not ideal. There was a baby D.Va on the top left side of you the whole time that nobody shot at. That D.Va remecking was actually miraculous to me that y'all let that happen. So, here we go. Good play. Okay. I don't mind the L. Yeah, okay. Listen, I need to teach you about space creation because I think right now you're not quite... You have an idea of what you're supposed to do, but you're not creating space. So, in this situation, remember when you had them backed up here? You don't lose this spot anymore. This spot right here is now yours. So what you should have done, and this is all hindsight, of course, is when you started to have them backed up here, you needed to get your shield right here, right? You get it right here. This means that anybody on this side is going to get isolated. Anybody over here can't really do anything. And then you end up winning this team fight. Keep in mind, this D.Va has remeched not once, but twice in a situation where D.Va never should have remeched. And this is going to go, I'm not going to put it all on you, but I do need to point out to you that as a tank, you do need to create that space for your teammates. If you're playing DPS and your tank is right in front of you and your tank doesn't move up, are you generally going to go in front of your tank? Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I wouldn't. Why? Because I know that I can get killed there. I want to take an angle, but if my tank isn't pushing up and creating that space for me, I'm going to play more hesitant. Right now, this point has become difficult because your team didn't go and take this map control when it was right here. This was for the taking, this right here. You had every opportunity. So next time, go up here, put a shield here once it's ready, right? And you control this area. Anybody behind you, your teammates can help you with. If they don't, that's on your teammates, right? You're fine. You have it. You had them isolated. You had 3 people over here, maybe 4. They have to drop down, right? And there you go. So the point I'm making, at least in my opinion right now, is you need to try to... You're just very hesitant. So space creation is key. And I'm trying to show you simple ways to create space without feeling like you have to go and get 5 limbs. Because like sometimes that space creation doesn't require any limbs. It just requires you being there and taking away a part of the map. So...
This cannot
Hong, thanks to the Prime, so thank you. Thank you. Do I still have no power? Still no power as of right now, yes.
What happened? The payload has stopped.
Yep. Still no power as of right now, yeah. We're still running on our generator. We were told 3 to 5 days at minimum to get the power back. So, we'll see. We'll see if that's the case, but that's what we were told. Did all that time wasted there typing? I mean, again... They did say that, like, the sim was very adamant to never play high ground, so I think this is just something that's going through each... It's just like the previous round is still in the mind of their teammate for some reason. Although I do have to say, like, your space creation needs work. Like, yes, your teammate is definitely, like, not giving you the best feedback on playing the high ground correctly or things like that by saying don't play high ground. But I do believe that your space creation could use a lot of work. You see that team fight where you all just push that way? That's what should have happened prior. Ladson, thank you for the 3 gifted. Show some love. Thank you, Ladson. Thank you for the 3 gifted. What rank is this? This is gold. So you eventually capped the point, but I think you would have had another minute extra if it wasn't for that whole sequence on the end of that first point. So perk-wise, it looks like you took the... I don't even know what one you took. Is that the range one? I think it's the range one, right? Oh, I guess this is a little bit of a note. And some people might not see this. In your options on Domina, there's a button to give you a range indicator. Do you see that circle right there, chat? You can kind of see it. Like do you see the blue circle in between the crosshair? Like you can kind of see it a little bit. It's like, let me see if I can show it again. See that? Okay, there, that's a better one. See the blue crosshair one? That's a new option they added right in Stadium initially, and then they brought it into the game now fully. It's basically a range indicator. And what this range indicator means is it tells you if you're in range of your beam. So what you can do is you go to options. It's just give me a second here. It's gonna take me to find the actual one. But you go to Domina, you go to Hero and HUD, I'm pretty sure. Yep. You go to Hero and HUD, right? Here's all your crosshairs and everything like that. You scroll down. There's an option called Show Weapon Range Indicator. If you so choose, it will add a little circle right like this. You can see I have an orange circle. So if someone's in range of my beam, I'm able to actually know if I'm on range of them. Like if I'm there. And you can change the size of it to what you want it to be. You can change the opacity if you want it to be like not as intrusive on your crosshair. You can change the color. So this is a bit of a note for people that you could add this here. Yeah. You said, well, I don't have power. We had a huge blizzard here. Like probably the largest blizzard I've been a part of since I lived here. My whole life, basically. It was basically just like, we got 3 feet of snow here, 6 to 8 foot drifts of snow, and most of the town doesn't have power. So that's why I'm able to do this right now. I'm currently running on a generator, so my generator keeps my internet, everything on, everything's working, so that's why. That's why yesterday was a short day, because I just couldn't commit to a long day. Today, I'm in the same boat, kind of. I'm going to try to extend the day out a little bit, but we'll see what I kind of plan to do. Maybe I do a fun challenge today. Like, I have to win, 15 games of Domina in quick play or something. Some like fun little challenge that I can maybe turn into a video or something. You know what I mean? So, we'll figure it out. But yeah, maybe I can come up with a quick challenge or something that could be, still me playing the game, but not like ranked. Because I don't want to worry. I guess I have teammates to worry about with my on the comp side. So, okay. Anyway, let's go back to the VOD here. Yep. Keep in mind during this, you can just to make it clear, during the Mizuki ultimate, same concept as Diva. You can use the beam damage through the Mizuki ult. I would ult this too. Yep, excellent ult. I love what you did here. This is what I mean by being a little bit more aggressive and proactive. I think that normally you would let them disengage there. Now, obviously, like, your team is slowly getting the kills, but as they stagger out here, this is huge. I love that play. It's funny because maybe by the time this VOD is out, the other video I'm referencing will be out. The last Domina we watched refused to use ultimate in those situations, and all I was saying was like, please use an ult, please use an ult, please use an ult. When is the next new drops for Overwatch? Probably mid-season, which I think is I think their current schedule of drops, if you notice, this one goes to the 8th. I want to say probably around the 10th will be the next set of drops. I think that'll probably be mid-season. So yeah, they do a frequent amount of Twitch drops. If you ever want to get them, they're we're always streaming a ton. People know that by now during drops. During this, you need to start backing up a little bit, and this is recognizing that the Rhine is going to be. Yep, there you go. Now, when I say back up, right? Let's pause for a second. Backing up here does not mean go all the way here because they have a Reinhardt, right? I want to reiterate to people that when I'm saying back up here, it means that I want you to back up. I basically want you to back up to a safe spot so where if a Rhine pushes you, your teammates can help. Right now, you're in the correct spot. What I would recommend is recognizing the Mizukis here and kill the Mizuki. Eventually, what you can do is you can kind of slowly rotate around this Rhine. And what you want to do, look where your Cassidy is. Look where your team is. You want this Rhine to look at you. Believe it or not, that's what I want you to do in this situation. I want this Rhine to have to flip their shield to at any point make their shield go this way. Because if you go this way and kill the Rhine, it's game over for the Rhine. The Rhine has to turn for you. What that does is it puts pressure here, and if the Rhine charges you here, you're still safe for your team. Do you see how this kind of works? So you have to just don't. That's how I would play this here, because obviously I'm going to play it a little bit safer just in top 500, but there's a way to kind of maneuver around this or your teammates can get the kills, and then your Rhine, yep, there you go. The Rhine charged exactly what I was mentioning. Didn't get the pin on you, but see what would have happened if they did pin? You went the other route, which is fine, and you did the same thing. You got the Rhine to turn the shield from your other teammates, and everything grinds out. So just wanted to show people that sequence. I felt like you played that pretty well. I have no like other notes on that. I was happy with your approach. So good job. Yep, what rank is this? This is gold, okay? This is gold. Sound went off for a second there because I minimized. Yep. I think Genji is good. Yes, I just put my tier list up on YouTube. Keep in mind, I mentioned my tier list on YouTube. It's on my second channel. It's a different editing style. We heard a lot of the feedback. We're going to fix some of the things. We're going to add the tier list at the end of the video now for people if they so choose just to skip to the end. I want to still let people have that option. Get my whole tier list is on there, but if you go to the description, it'll have the tier list link you can click. We put the tier list there in the description. So again, we heard the feedback on the tier list. We'll improve it next time. All right. There you go. Ooh, you went with the, I like that. So this is actually a great decision here, chat, and I was going to actually bring this up too. Great perk choice here, and this is something I've been recommending previously here. If you play against a Reinhardt or a Reinhardt or a Ramatra, and you basically know they're going to counter swap you and do those type of plays, getting the perk that normally I go with the slow perk with the crystal where you slow them. But this is a situation where I love this one because the Reinhardt's going to want to push into you aggressively. So the perk they went with is the one when you push them into your shield, it counts as a wall. Excellent perk decision against what they're running. I think this is an excellent perk decision. So good job on that. Because now, like, if the Rhine pushes into you, they're going to feel threatened by that wall, and you can keep pushing them into it when your cooldown's up. So that's a very good choice by you. Emery, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Excellent choice. Yep. Yep. This is exactly what I'm talking about. No. Do not back up. No. Take the space. Yes. Keep that space. You don't need to go to cart. Even if, let me give you an idea. So people understand this. You need to look at where the cart's at. Even if you have 3 on cart, you're going to have one more team fight. So what you want to do is you want to deny the space of these doorways. You start at this doorway like this. What you would do, this is what I would do. I would go here, angle my shield like this. Why I'm doing this? To get vision of the Rhine, right? How often have you like gone over here and you're playing like this, trying to like, you're like, oh, I'm isolating them. This is going great. And then this Rhine charges. So what you do is you actually take this angle, you put a shield that will kind of isolate this side a little bit. And now you have 2 DPS isolated. You have vision of their Reinhardt. You can also ping people going out this way. And now you have full control. But do not back up in this situation because it gives them a retake. Now, I assume you're going to win this eventually because I think that you have the ultimates. But I wanted to kind of show you a bit of like a different way to approach this and how you can be effective while also doing what you're, by also being helpful for your team. So basically, is it worth shooting the shield at all as Domina? Yeah, well, against a Rhine, yes, because you want to grind it down. Unless you're saying, because like you want to grind that Rhine shield down no matter what. Either way, they get out, but you have the ultimates, I think, to be able to take this. We'll see if the shatter. Yep, good job. You can crystal through shields, by the way, which is that. So. Again, I still would have liked the other approach out of you, but it works. I mean, your ultimate's carried through that. Just kill the soldier. You don't even need to do anything. Yep, good melee in between that. So I saw a little bit of aggression out of you after a while, but I do think you need to be more space creative with what you're doing. So, good play there. Let's continue on.
Ready.
He said Sim has a really high win rate. Does she? I mean, Sim's been performing well for a long time. Okay. I would take top left control here if you really want to do something. The reason why you go top left is to get him off that part of the high ground. At the same time, I can understand your hesitation considering your teammates were really mad at you for playing high ground at one point. So I understand the hesitation. Really good snap right there. I don't know what to call it. The crystal. Remember, a little bit of a note: when Sigma's eaten, you can still do damage to the Sigma. They'll eat the shot, but they won't eat the beam damage. And I don't think you'll give him enough overhealth on that one to. I think you'll do more damage than the overhealth, but I could be wrong. But just a note. Yep. There it is. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you're asking should you stack card here, you're pushing the card. Yeah, you're fine on card. Ambitious ult. Again, I like the aggression. Just, you got away with the first aggressive one because all the squishies were stacked. In that situation, don't be afraid to get a little bit closer. But I'd rather see you be aggressive with the ultimate and miss it than never use it at all. So, yep, see how your sim is just beaming through that? You do the same thing. Good job. And Enron's out, so you're good for now. Yep. On what tank counters what a tank. I just like everybody's gonna tell you that like D.Va like is countered by Zarya, but like I have no problem playing against Zarya as D.Va. Do you see what I'm saying? So I get really hesitant on trying to give people direct counters to stuff because I do think there's more to just like hard counter versus hard counter, right? I think like sometimes with D.Va nowadays you need more than just like a Zarya. You need like a Sim or like a Mei or like a, you know, something that can be very disruptive to you, right? Great job there on the kill. Much better job of going a little bit to the right. Space creation was a little bit better there. Actually, I say that, and I think you did that. I kind of was answering that question and zoned a little bit. So if I'm wrong and you hear that, it looked like you took the space creation better this time. So, yep. Okay.
Behold my exceptionality.
Yeah, this is fine. Okay, if you want to know what I would do in this situation, chat, I wouldn't do this. There's apparently just like a dance line going on right now. Everybody's just dancing, having a good time. Truthfully, what you do in this situation is you leave your Brig on cart or your Mercy on cart. No, or your Sim. Either way, anybody but you. And you just quickly wrap around up here and play from like right here. What this means is that if they try to engage out, they're going to have to run into you. You can then drop down and help this way. And your team has some ultimates to stay there. I think Mercy would be the best bet with Valk. But I would recommend being a little bit more proactive on your aggression here. Like, what you want to do in these situations and understand why it's important, you want to get their cooldowns out. I don't expect you to go up here and kill 5 and just win the team fight. If you do, great. But the idea here is to make Sigma use E. It's to get Sigma's shield down early. It's to maybe Kiriko feels the need to pop Kitsune much sooner. Reaper has to use Fade. Sometimes I think that's how I have to explain it. Because like, you're like, well, why do I want to take this map control if I want to get the card pushing? Any cooldown you get out pre-fight is going to be so important. I'm telling you, I think people massively like underestimate how important it might be just to get out 2 Brig packs during a team fight. How to get Mizuki to use a chain, you know, a swift step. That can make or break a team fight later on. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm telling you, in these type of team fights, in these type of overtime situations, creating any small advantage is such a win for your team. So, oh, I know about the staying on card part. Again, I minimize, so the sound's gone for a second. But I know it can be rough in overtime. Even I do that sometimes. It's easier said than done. But when all 3 of your teammates are willing to stack on card, I'm like, okay, this can happen. We can do this. Now you would pop your ult. Excellent ult. Keep in mind, this ultimate will also stop damage on your teammates because it's going to... Like, the shield basically is like defense matrix if you think about it. It's like a shield. Oh, nice play. Good job right there. You stop the Reaper ultimate. Excellent reaction. Remember, you can stun those ultimates when you push them against the wall. Good play. Good play. That was a good reaction out of you. Now I would say just wait and spawn or switch to a fast hero. Okay, you're good and use the thing. Chat, anybody new to the game? Again, listen. Most people know this by now, but I have heard that there's been some returning players who didn't even play Overwatch 2. So I want to kind of talk about this with the Overwatch. A change they made to early Overwatch 2 is something in spawn. You just hit your interact key and it will give you the forward spawn. Just a note there, most people know this by now, but there's been people actually in comments recently who said, holy crap, I didn't know that was a thing now. So when you're in spawn and the next point is captured, hit your interact key the way that you would take a teleporter. You go to the next spawn, the forward spawn. So, all right? So that's why it's there. You're asking why they added that. So Neo, I actually think it's one of the better changes they made to the game. So one of the huge issues that happened in Overwatch for a long time was you get snowballed out of that spawn. And don't get me wrong, like in pro play, like yes, you should know, to reset at the right time or do this or do any of that, right? But the problem here, at least in my opinion, is that it would happen too often. It made some maps impossible to play. I actually like this. I think it just makes it makes the game flow better. So I actually think the change was a really good one for Overwatch. At first it was like, wow, what is this? Now I couldn't imagine Overwatch without it. Same with like health regen, you know? Any interest in going over stadium builds? Not yet, I'm sorry. Yep. You been playing this season, you had no idea you could do that? Oh, that's been out for like 2 years now, yeah. But hey, this is why these spectators can be helpful, is even things that are super basic to a lot of people now, not everybody knows that. And it's not worth gatekeeping information like that, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, here we go. Yep. Yeah, Gibraltar's kind of where they started it on. That's why I think that was their vision when Gibraltar had that problem getting snowballed. So, yep. No, it was a good change. So yeah, you can use, basically you can go forward spawns and not run all the way back during that. Yeah. You said it doesn't work on push though? There are maps it doesn't work on, but believe it or not, there's a thing on push where, if I'm correct, you can go back a spawn. I think on push, if you get, say the spawn door closes on you, you can, there's an option to like go either back a spawn or forward a spawn. I forgot how it works. But I think in push, you go backwards, so that way you don't get stuck. So say you have forward spawn, and then they capture the checkpoint. If you have a weird timing where the checkpoint closes, you can hit the interact key and go back. So that way you reset. So that is the thing in push, by the way. I don't use it a ton, because most of the time, it kind of flows to where you're like, you're going to be fine as a team in that situation. But there is a world where, like, if you need to reset and they're set up for it, you have a timing to go backwards in push when you lose that forward spawn. Anyway, just wanted to put that there, too. It wouldn't. There's no other spawning control, so it would not be in control. No. You only have one spawn. Good push by your team, though. That other tank is is trying to figure it out. So, am I snowed in for the blizzard? Oh, I have no power right now. I'm running on a generator. Well, again, I say I have no power. I have power, but you know what I mean. Like, if I turn my generator off, there's no power. Shield up. Yep. I like the idea. That one's a tough one to do, because like technically if the Enron lands in between, like it wouldn't even matter. I would actually all in the Orisa soon. I think this Orisa's killable. But try not to, a little bit of a note, because you can headshot with the shot from your beam after. Try to aim for the head a little bit more in those situations rather than like Orisa's ankles. Because you could actually do a crit damage headshot once you like, you know, do the beam into the shot. So, but anyway, there you go. Pretty good attack there. Like, I didn't have many notes there. That was just, you got overtimed. Like, they had a punch of ults. You didn't. They got a couple picks. You're fine. Like, that was still, in my opinion, a really good go of things. So let's see how the rest of this goes now. All right. Yeah, that was a good push. I mean, you can't complain about that push.
2, 1.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if you can hold. Drop down. Just do it. You just trust me. I know what you're just do it. Look at your team. Just do it. You just drop down. I'm telling you, if your team is all doing that, you're right there with them. Be there. I know your vision is, oh, I put a shield for you. You should be fine. This isn't like an off angle and Sojourn in a pro match where you put a shield as like Sigma. This is a you be there for your team. Jessica, thanks for the 13 months of the tier 1, right? Much better dropping down here. Yep. I think you did too late. Again, you can't. You don't want to give up the corner. And your problem right now is you're giving up the corner. Straight up. But thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're giving up the corner. You do not give up this corner because you're giving them more map control now. See? You basically have lost this section of the map all because because you dropped too late. So, again, sometimes you got to play at the pace of your team. Do I recommend that as an every time setup when you're playing Route 66? Absolutely not. But a gold game is going to play like a gold game, right? That's how that is. I can give you what's going to happen as you climb, but sometimes in gold games, you're just going to slam the cart and you got to adapt to it. And what I'm doing is I'm going to give you the knowledge of where to start. If you do got out of gold, the next thing you know, you're in diamond and more people are setting up on high. Now you already have that knowledge going forward, right? So, but if your teammates are all down there, play at the pace of your team. It will go much better. People default long range as Domina. I mean, the playstyle definitely promotes that, yeah. But you do want to take space, though. Like, even as Sigma, you want to take space creation, right? Like, it's... Also, I want to remind you, they captured the point. They captured the point, just so you know. So, they're going to be behind you. Because they just... I hope they recognize this. To your left. Make sure to pay attention to that sometimes, chat. I don't know if their team knew that or not, but man, the way this was being played. Also, going back to earlier, remember how I said that the way that your team was playing at that pace? Look at, like, what's happened for, like, your Brig and your teammates. It's enabled so much more playmaking ability that, you know, you can see the value of it. I'm okay with this. They're gonna be on, once you kill them, they're not gonna spawn until overtime. So as long as they keep snowballing, I think you'll be okay here. At the very least, you're gonna get their ult pool out, but you could just swap soldier ult here. And okay, they're gonna spawn up now, every single one of them. Honestly, you might lose this team fight, but that's okay if you do. Like, if you lost this team fight, that's okay. I know that sounds rough, but like, you got their, I don't know actually. I was gonna say that, but then your team over ulted. I'm a little bit concerned on this retake.
I'll be making some calls about this.
I think your team over ulted that. I like that until your team popped every single ultimate. Okay, let's see what happens.
The enemy is progressing. Halt their payload.
Do not run to the cart. Good reaction. Very well played. You can res this too. After the Bastion ult. I was kind of hoping that they would wait a second, but you know, I wasn't thinking they would go for it right away. You know, hey, listen, I guess to each their own on that one, right? You don't have to drop down here. You can stay up there. Okay, this is a bit of a mistake I see people make sometimes. You have to recognize the situation. There's no point to keep yourself in a long overtime spawn when all you need to do is back up. What value do you get out of stopping the cart now with intense overtime spawns? 0. All you're doing is helping the other team. So, kind of putting that out there. All right? Okay. See how long you are waiting here? Like you could have already be up there with your team at the corner ready to go. Also, here's the stat line for anybody wondering while we're running back with spawn. Huge pick by both the teams. Your team's now doing the let's run to their team in overtime and give them free kill strategy. This is why it's on the bingo card usually. That Reaper is low. Okay, that Reaper has decided that maybe being too aggressive to play. Actually, I think your team's going to win this. I mean, they lost 2. You can ult this as long as you're inside of the ult. Do not ult when they're in. Okay, just to make this clear. If you're inside the ultimate, you can ult them. Okay? When you're inside the ultimate with them, you can do damage. When you're outside of it, the only thing that you can do damage is with the beam. Do not send your ultimate into Mizuki ult. But I do feel like you've played too aggressive again. So here we go. Yep. Unofficial King, thanks for the 4 months of the Prime. So thank you. Your team's doing the exact thing that loses games in overtime. Your team had, just to kind of put it into perspective, your team got multiple picks to where they were down in numbers, and your team's reaction was run at them in a straight line and do the thing. So this was a team effort loss in general. For you, I need to see more space creation out of you, and I try to give you more details on what to do there. I want you to be more, like, understanding of cover. Like, I feel like sometimes you just gravitate towards the middle, take a bunch of damage, and have nowhere to go. You want to have multiple ways. When you back up, you're going to go through this doorway. When you go here, you're going to have a wall. When you're playing up front, if you need to go to a different spot, you have cover. You need to prioritize that. But overall, like, the high ground discussion you mentioned, as I brought up, like, play at the pace of your team. I mean, yes, I think the Route 66 setup by your team wasn't the best. But again, that's, if you have 4 other teammates who want to play the low ground, you're right there with them. So it's about adapting in real time to those situations. So clean up a lot of what we mentioned, and I think you're gonna climb. I think you'll be fine. But once you got to start getting the space creation, you got to start, you know, just being up there. You have to understand the situations you're in, and I think you just need to adapt more in real time. And once you do that, you're gonna be fine. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't, leave a comment. All of that helps. If you want to submit your own Spectator, my Discord is where to do that. If you want to watch more about, you know, some of the heroes and learn more about the game, click this video right here. It's going to be a good one. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night. Done. Also, Sally, thank you for the 26 months of the Prime. So thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I got to go to the bathroom very quickly, and then we have another video to record, okay? Sound good? So I'm going to be right back, and we'll go from there, okay? Sound good? Give me one moment. Okay, I'm going to go pee. We're back. Am I ever at my desk? Absolutely not. I'm never at my desk. We're good. We're ready. We're good and we're ready. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my... Give me a second here. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is... Okay, one second. So, chat, I gotta look at... What the... Okay. This is interesting. All right, chat. So I have a blog post to read. One second. Is this the fabled mobile game? Let's see. Okay, so it says, "Welcome, heroes. We've got something new to share. While it's still early days, we want to share updates on our progress throughout the development process. Today, we're introducing Overwatch Rush, a new top-down hero shooter designed specifically for mobile, set in the Overwatch universe. Overwatch is being developed by a dedicated team at Blizzard, separate from Team 4, all of whom have deep mobile experience. Team 4 remains fully focused on Overwatch, which will continue to bring exciting and fresh new experiences for PC and console players in its recently launched Season 1 and beyond." Well, I mean, he said he called it what? The mobile game? Oh, this was known since last year when they got leaked. Remember that was a leak about how there was a mobile game being made and it was probably Overwatch? That was an easy one. I do want to say something on this one though before I continue to read more. I've played a bit more mobile games recently, so I think sometimes expectations of what a mobile game will be is like if you're, like your PC games. But what I'll say is this, as somebody with like some nephews who have been getting interested in Overwatch recently, because obviously of what I do, this is like perfect for them. This is like perfect for them at that point. I think having the IP out there in any form is good. We've seen that with other games where when you have your IP out, IP is like the, Overwatch, right? The actual Overwatch name. So, I think it's cool that they're doing something like that. Again, mobile games, they're going to be different from what you're used to on PC. I've actually been playing more mobile games recently, so I understand a little bit of how they are nowadays. But there's a video here, so we'll watch it, see how it is. But my initial take is like I think it's cool to get the IP out there more. I think, and also just to kind of put an idea here, mobile gaming's a lot larger than I think anyone realizes, including myself. So I think having like a way to have an IP out there that's, different from what they have is good. It means that they're also seeing value in the IP itself, right? Like they were like, okay, we think Overwatch is a strong IP. Let's go make a game for it. So we'll see. We'll see how it looks in general here, and then we'll go from there, right? So we'll watch the video. And it says, Overwatch Rush is an entirely new game, not a port, built specifically for mobile players. As we prepare for tested Rush in select countries and regions, check out our official Discord server for updates on the game. While there remains a lot of work to do, we're eager to see how players enjoy what we've built so far and to hear from them on what we should focus on in coming phases of development. Our mission is to continue to expand the Overwatch universe by bringing fresh new adventures to players across all platforms. We'll continue to keep you updated on how things are progressing. The Overwatch Rush team. So there you have it, chat. There's been an announcement on everything. And here's a video, apparently. So let's just open it up here and just see how it is. Let's see. There's a lot of, more videos here and stuff. Okay, cool. It's like recommending random things. Okay, you ready? Let's watch this. I don't want this recommended bar here. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Following is an Overwatch Rush control match from a recent dev playtest. All content is subject in...
Here we go. Right. Okay, remember, we're here to win.
We got nice.
We're here to win? Why not lose?
There we go.
Yes, this is the one we needed.
We're in.
The top down looks fine.
Charging.
We'll check the side room.
Let's hold it.
Yeah, for being top down on mobile.
Get behind.
Oh, there we go. They're pushing hard.
Yeah.
On the sides. Oh, they've just...
To point out, by the way, chat, my nephew has 50 mobile games installed on his phone.
Ryan in the middle. Break a shield, break a shield, break a shield. Yes, yes.
So I'm seeing Ryan, Mercy, Soldier.
Nice. Oh my god. That was
Big slam! Oh no, they're gonna have big slam.
Yeah, and we're getting fair. Nice. Well done. We wiped them all.
Sounds pretty good.
What an amazing shot.
See, Reinhardt saved the day.
That was fast.
But if you listen carefully, you can hear them rage right now.
Yes.
Oh, because they're probably playtesting in the
Let's see if they
studio.
come back from that.
You can see them coming.
No. Running away.
Let's take them here.
Ah, look. Fair.
So I see Tracer, I see Lucio, I see Reaper, I see Farah.
He's on the ground.
Big slam. That's a big slam.
I get a little carried away.
I have to get out.
What is this? This is a new mobile game they just announced.
Okay,
Made
let's
separately by a
regroup.
different
Sorry.
by a
bad.
different like
Get it,
team.
get it,
So
get
it's
it,
not
get it,
like, you know, they're
get it,
taking
get it,
anything from Team 4. So which is good. Obviously, you're not taking any resources away.
Reaper. Oh.
No, I don't think
Oh,
it.
they silenced me.
Listen,
Got it.
like I said, mobile games are always going to have a different expectation of like what you're expecting from a game, right? But honestly, like my initial thoughts doesn't look that bad. Looks kind of cool. For like if I'm playing mobile, like I'm thinking about this playing mobile, right? On my phone on the couch. Like it seems like it'd be fine, right? It's not like I don't like I've seen some mobile games before that don't look like this. If that makes sense. So we'll see how it goes. We'll continue watching it, but yeah.
Get him.
Yeah. Oh, Reaper, how did he escape? Oh, that was inches away.
We need to kill this Reinhardt.
Spread him again.
The sounds do sound good too.
All right.
I'm ulting.
I'm gonna heal in the back line.
Nice.
Make him regret it.
So it looks like you aim your abilities and your abilities and like your aim stuff is on the right side, and on the left side is your movement, right? That's what it looks like.
Come back, rather on the point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm coming.
Coming.
Up. Let's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think like for a mobile, I think my nephews are gonna love this. By the way,
I heal Tracer.
I'm covering the UI. Am I? Oh, my bad.
I'm constantly healing.
Yeah. You can kind of get an idea.
This is it.
Like I see Pulse Bomb on the top right. They have the movement. So yeah.
Alvin, middle.
Yeah, fair. So she's ulting. Oh,
Fair down.
And it looks like the point is like capturing.
come on. We got this.
Like capturing the point and holding it for like it's like it's control. Yeah, it's just straight up control. Yeah. I just realized it's just control.
Okay, coming.
Regroup.
I'm giving them a little bit of grief. Who needs a tank?
I'm on my way back.
Just compose yourself.
Is this real? Yes, they just announced it.
ultimate.
Yeah. Okay, we got this.
Composure.
Focus.
Hey, healing station.
I'm halfway to my ult. I don't have.
I mean, I'm
much.
gonna give it a try. I mean, listen, an
Listen,
Overwatch
are you-
IP, I'll give
are you
it a
ready?
try.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do
Big
it.
slam.
Taking it now. Go behind me. Help.
Getting Lucio. Get Lucio nearly down.
Lucio.
So how do you monetize? Oh, it's a mobile game. Don't worry, they probably already got that figured out. It's a mobile game.
Oh,
If
that's
you-
slow. It's brutal.
Mobile games
Where's
like
Reaper.
Reaper's on the point. Not, he's dead. He's no more. He's dead. Oh, maybe I should.
okay, and then you would aim that way. Okay.
Yay.
Let's do
Let's do it. Yes.
Hey, there's the classic victory screen. Okay.
Got it.
Well done, team.
So they basically have a video of this,
They had no chance.
and this is the ending screen. Okay. So there you go. So if I just went here's like the victory screen at the end.
Well
So
done, team. Too easy. They had no chance.
GG all.
so there you go. I mean, in my opinion, like, also Atheros, thank you for the 56 months of the Prime sub. Thank you. Keep in mind, maybe my expectations of like, because I've been playing mobile games more and more now. It's just something I do when I'm on the couch and like my nephews play games, so it's kind of like cool to like see them enjoy it. For a mobile game, it doesn't actually seem that bad, to be honest with you. Like, obviously, I'd have to play it, see how it feels, see if it's laggy, you know, how's the FPS on it, you know, how does it play, et cetera. But for like being a mobile game, like I don't think it looks cool, right? I haven't played a ton of like FPS side of mobile games now, so like obviously I could expand my mind on seeing some things, but it seems like it's not taking away any of the stuff from Team 4, which is the team that builds the current Overwatch. So having a game in like, just to kind of put it out there, chat, to kind of reiterate, having your IP out there in multiple ways, like their vision is probably, if you have an Overwatch mobile game and say it does well, say people end up liking it and it does well, we don't know how it's going to do. Well, that just gets the Overwatch name out there more, which leads to better things for Overwatch. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, looks cool. My expectations of is it gonna be people will be like, oh, it doesn't look good, etc. I just think my expectations of like after playing mobile games and see what they look like now, I'm like, yeah, this seems fine. again, I have to play it, right? You know, I'd have to play it. Seems like a fun game to maybe play with my nephews. I think my nephews would love this. So like, right now it's hard to play Overwatch with my nephews because one of them is 8 years old, one is about to turn 7, and the other one plays Siege right now. So it's a lot harder to be able to play Overwatch with my nephews because like they're just at that age where it's like a little bit, I don't know, like I have a lot to teach them still. So having like a mobile game to be able to play with them occasionally as just like an uncle is pretty cool. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, cool to see. Yeah, my 16-year-old nephew got into Siege, and I'm just like, dude, I'm horrendous at that game. If you played with me, you would be very surprised at how terrible I am at that game. Anyway, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. I don't know, like super like hot take. It looks cool. And that's that. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Beard Almighty, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I'm terrible at Siege. Oh, I'm not good at all. I'm like really bad at Siege. Bear, thanks for the 7 months with the tier 1. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Thoughts on Deadlock? Good game. I don't play it, but it's a good game. Yeah, I like it. Yep. Okay. I don't like holding a corner for 2 minutes. You know me. Oh, Rainbow Six Siege. Am I going to stream it? What? Like the... Stream what? Like the mobile game stuff? Oh, I don't even know where to begin on that. Yeah, no. I have no idea. Well, I don't even know. Can I even play the game yet? Like there's a Discord. I don't know. Let me look. Here it is. I don't even think I can play it yet. Let me see. I'll join their Discord. Accept as me. There it is. No, I don't want to customize my experience. Okay, actually, this makes sense. Oh, okay. Got it. So what do they have here? Cool. Looks fun. Cool. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Can't wait to try it out. I don't know what their plans are with stuff, so. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. Cool. So, yeah, they announced the mobile game. I mean, we kind of knew that was coming because like the rumored mobile game was from like a while ago. So this is basically that rumored mobile game, basically. Yeah, best way to summarize it. Good morning to you. How do you get VOD device? My Discord, just a warning, do not submit any more codes because the replay codes reset today. All right? The replay codes reset today. So yeah, cool. There we go. We're good. Type in there to get my role. Having the IP be more accessible to a wider audience is definitely a good thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You said you just submitted. I honestly, Chandros, I'm sorry. It's there's a patch today. We don't know what the patch is going to be. And no, I'm gonna do a replay coach. I have one more to go. We don't know what the patch is going to be, so we'll see. I think it's a bug fix patch from my understanding. Like it's not anything spectacular. So you're watching. Thank you, Arrow. Thank you. I just saw that now in that Discord. Okay. Let me, where is it? Oh, the replay code. Sorry, Chad. I got distracted. I didn't even know what we were doing here. Okay. Well, good thing I'm on right now. Alex mentioned some hero tweaks. I heard it was bug fixes, but maybe those were for future, like mid-season ones. So, yep. Sorry, okay, there we go. Sorry, the spectating submission things. But yeah, replay codes reset today at 2 o'clock. I don't know what the patch is going to be. We have no prior info on that this time around. So, okay. I got my next one here. So let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, I think mid-season's probably right around like March 10th, I guess. Just because I'm looking at the when these drops end. Okay, so we're watching the Ashe plus Enron. That'll be what we're doing here. Give me one moment. Do that. Oh, maybe there is balance today at 2. Yeah, well, if I'm still on it, then we can take a look for sure. What's up with Route 66? I'm getting all the same maps. I feel like this has been the second day in a row on that one. It's just funny. We have an ad coming up. I'm going to let that ad play, chat. Then we're going to go from there, okay? Yep. All right, we're good here. Good there. Okay, we should be set. Cool. They call it Route 1. Well, I mean, no, because like there's different roads and stuff. Sorry, I'm just like I had to do that whole mobile thing. I didn't even realize at the time. I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good. Am I gonna do a funny moment before the replay codes reset? I don't think we had enough, unfortunately. Downside of replay codes in Overwatch is they do reset every single time. Yep. They do reset every single time. Yep. I'm just waiting on these ads to finish, chat, and we are going to record. Sound good? It's been crazy, man. These streams have been just unreal. You're just messing around in the practice range till you learn Enron's alt over health perk doesn't fade with time or have a cap. Oh, that's kind of good. They'd have to reset, otherwise you'd have every single patch permanently installed on your PC. My understanding of it is that there just isn't enough. Like, they need to make more numbers or something. Like, it's not like they could do it, but it might just require some more storage or something, I think. Yeah, I know Rivals does it, but Rivals also runs on UE5. I know Rivals has good FPS, like the game's optimized, but you can't wait for the Overwatch Rush sponsor stream. I don't have anything as of right now, Sapphire. Maybe in the future I'll get a sponsor stream for it, but as of right now I don't. So, yep. Yeah, my understanding is they could do the replay code thing, but there's a reason they don't. That's my understanding of it. So, you know what I mean? That's my understanding. Did Valorant allows you to download your replays? Yeah, they got to find some option to like fix that for sure. Okay, 40 more seconds, chat, and then we will start recording. Okay. Yep. Do. Okay, cool. Fixing this. Okay, we're good. Cool. I immediately got the creator role in the Discord server. I mean, it's pretty. I just said hello, and then they gave me the I mean, I'm not surprised. Okay. Maybe they'll have creator codes. You know, maybe in chat. I just realized. What if they have creator codes for the mobile game? Right. We can't get them for the main game, but maybe the mobile game. Said fix my hair. No. Is the Overwatch mobile thing a real thing? Yep, just got announced. It's called Overwatch Rush. For creators, exactly. Okay, anyway. We're ready. Let's record. Let's have a good time. Where is the... Yes, they just announced it. It's called Overwatch Rush. If you want to look it up, they have a video of it on there. Actually, like I said, I don't think it looked too bad. Honestly, like for being a mobile game, it looked fine to me. And with it being, I guess, early, like super early development, like I'm sure it's going to get even better over time. But yeah, like I said, it looked good to me. For mobile, no patch. There's a patch at 2 o'clock. Their patches at 2. Sorry, I'm just looking for okay, here we are. All right, ready, chat? Here we go. All right, so today's video, we're watching a Gold 5 DPS on PS5, playing some Ashe and Enron. You're going to see a first round of Ashe, and then after that, it's going to be Enron. And they say, hi, I've been playing a lot of Enron and really enjoy her playstyle. This game was very close. I won't spoil, but I was wondering if there's anything I can do to improve. I was playing the game in a trio, my supports, and I think our team synergized for the most part. I tend to dive in, and sometimes that is not always ideal, but Enron has that kind of playstyle. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Also, was wondering what perks are the best for her, as I sometimes just pick whatever in the moment. I think her perks are still up in the air for what you think's best, if I'm going to be real with you, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. Okay, let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, up on the high ground they go.
She's gonna blow.
I don't mind you going for early picks. Dude, this scope, okay, am I losing it, or is that scope, like, zoomed in way more than most? Dude, this weapon is every Ashe weapon like that, or am I just noticing it? What the heck? I've never had this skin, but that is massive. Dude, man, I don't know. Okay, anyway. Dude, maybe I'm losing it. Anyway, so far, you're doing fine, except don't end up in that low ground where you're just at. As in, like, don't play Reaper, play Ashe. Yep. You don't want to end up in these spots where you end up on the low ground like this. Even if you're going to end up on the low ground, you got to play your distance. I feel like you're playing a little bit too front and center on them. Get out, don't reset. Dynamite depth perception needs a little bit of work. How do I know this? I also do the same thing. I would just wait. Yeah, you just lose that team fight. Nothing you can do about that. That was just a lost team fight. Okay. I want you to back up. I want you to back up again. I want you to look at the spot you're putting yourself in. Do you notice? Okay, I'm going to talk about this because people always want to improve on their aim and all that stuff, but one of the easiest ways to improve on your aim is not put yourself in rough spots to where you have to sit there and spin in circles the whole time. That's why I stress positioning so much. Think about this. If you're just set up back here already, you're going to be chilling. The only person who's going to really cause problems is like their sniper, right? Sojourn, maybe Kiriko hit some shots. But when your team have to worry about everybody else here, look at where you're at. Okay? Not good. And your aim, everything, your movement's going to get worse when you're in this spot because you have to kind of panic around and like make these like weird plays. Like you just got slammed by a Mauga on second point, Route 66. That should say a lot about where you're set up right now.
I ain't a quitter.
Okay, so yeah, it is the scope and that's different. As I was wondering on. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, here we go. You're running to the point. Okay. You got the dynamite. That was good. But you're okay, this is good. Do not leave this spot. Literally do not leave this spot. They can get to you, but it's going to take them a lot. Do not leave here. You could bob this, technically. The reason why I'm fine with this. This is going to slow them down to give your teammates teammate. But the most important thing here, you cannot give them the reset here. You have to stay alive up here with your life lever. Do not let them get a kill. Wait for your team. Your team's back now. Now you're set. What? No, do not drop. I want you on that. No. Okay. I want to get you out of the habit of just standing still for that perfect dynamite. You can do the exact same thing at a good spot up there. We're also aiming in. You don't even need to like look at them now with the perk you took. You can just do the remote detonation one, which is pretty quick. I just feel like you put yourself a little bit too close to them again. Thankfully, they're not looking at you, but like... okay. Good kills. That's a Juno ultimate. But good job by your team. Now, again, do you see why I was very happy with you going on the initial high ground, though? Because you survived that, and they couldn't kill you because you used your positioning to stay on high grounds. And all you had to do was, you notice how all you had to do was worry about aiming? Right? You notice how all you had to do was worry about hitting your shots? Nothing else? You didn't have to run around in circles. You didn't have to run around the map. Like, that is why I want you to set up in good spots as Ashe. If you don't, you're going to fall over. Most of the time. Obviously, you're getting away with some plays that... okay, yeah. They're going to be to your left now because they're not going to go through the same doorway. Notice they're to your left. Yep, back away. You can wait a second. Be patient. You're good. You have numbers. Okay, there you go. Good job. Go back up on the high ground. I want you to get up on... I want you to eventually try to get... oh, you're dead there, but... I would have loved to have you go up here eventually when there was a slight downtime, because this is going to be such a dominant spot the rest of this like team fight, because you have like an angle they can't really do much about. So like you kind of put yourself to a default position, and of course they eventually get the pick on you. So yeah, you had a couple moments where you could get above that. Also, your Juno just ran into the room to go. That was interesting. Yeah, you just lost that team fight straight up. That's just a straight up team fight loss. This is console, yes. Yes, I just covered the mobile game they announced. Yep. Do I upload this today? No. Different days. Yep. Huh. Well. That. Just a little bit of a note, Chad. If you're the Lucio on the other team and you capture the point, do not pop beat right here. I just want to point that out. Do not pop beat right here. Okay. Yeah, you don't. Even if you lose the team fight there, you're gonna be fine. That was something. Do not pop this. Do not pop this. Do not pop this. Do not pop this. Run away. Go back to spawn. Run away. Go back to spawn. Do not stay here. Do not give them a free kill. That Bob got a kill. I can't even say anything. Because, like, the reason why you don't want to bob that initially is because I think it's going to be better for a retake, but then they died to the bob, so I can't, like, say anything. Like, it worked. So, like, it's hindsight. But, like, I think your bob would have had more value once you had more teammates there, but it worked. You know, like, it worked. So, but I wouldn't have bobbed. I would have waited. What rank is this? Gold. So, but that's just adapting on the fly.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, I'm okay with this starting spot for you. Good Dynamite. Notice how you didn't have to just stand there and stare at them to do that? Like, once you have a general idea, you can just do that and hit the button without even looking at them. Your teammate gave up a lot of positioning here, so, yeah. Why are you not setting the detonation on that one? That would have gotten 2 of them already. Make sure to hit those buttons earlier. So a lot of, like, the way that you play right now is you kind of have, like, there's 2 styles to your play style. There's a play style, and then there's a pause style. And I feel like what happens is that when you start to actually play, things go fairly well, right? Like, things go fairly well at that point. That's cool. But then after everything stops, you just pause, and you don't think about what's next. You don't think about, okay, where should I go that's going to be a tougher shot at it? Where do I need to go that's going to get the most value for my supports? You just kind of stop, and you just stop. So one thing I want you to start thinking about is after a team fight is won, I want you to prioritize going to a good high ground spot, a good angle that's tough to get to, not just kind of sitting there and waiting. A lot of, like, we need to get you playing the whole time and not pausing. Like, there's downtime in Overwatch, but a lot of the time that the players that utilize that downtime to, like, get an advantage for the next team fight will have better results. So I want that to go through your mind now when you finish a team fight. Don't stand still. Don't just go there and wait. Find spots that are going to be advantageous to your team. Then the next step is, where can I go? Where can I disengage to now if things don't go well? And I think you're not thinking about the disengage spot, and you just stay there like a statue. So let's get you out of the statue mode and out of the pause style, and I think you're going to be in a good spot, okay?
Hey, how's it going?
But now we're going to see Enron. Anyway, that was the Ash advice. Now, my understanding is it's Ash the rest of the way. Or Enron, excuse me. I mean, honestly, you're making the right play there. I don't think there's many words I can have for their setup they just did. Just so I can understand this, there was a Mauga with a Cassidy standing at the front doors of your spawn. Okay, I want to talk about this. I'm going to get this kind of set up for the rest of this right now. So with your on-run, sorry, let me rephrase this. I have a play style. It's called on-run, okay? I have a couple of rules for this play style, but I will say it's at a 76% win rate right now in top 500, believe it or not. And this play style is this. There's a couple rules. One, if they look at you and they're starting to go for you, you run, okay? What this means is you can never overcommit your cooldowns, okay? You know how you have 2 of those shifts, like the shift ability? I hate to break it to you, you have 1. One of those to be aggressive and make a play. You can use your E if you would like, which is going to be, I don't know what it is on console. That's the one where you go invulnerable and do a little bit of damage to them. But you always need to have an escape. And you're going to notice a trend. Team fights go very well when you leave that escape for you. Team fights do not go well when you just hit all your cooldowns. Okay, I've played enough Enron now to recognize that you are very cooldown driven. If you overcommit, you will fall over. Okay? You will fall over if you overcommit. And that's why you went down right there, is because you just kept spamming those cooldowns. So right now, what I would do is I would kind of just start to poke, right? Okay, you have to get out. There you go. That's the rotation. You got out safely. See it? On run. You got to leave the spot, though. You can't just stand there. Get out of there and go to your teammates to safety. But so far, again, that's kind of been a bit of the problem right there. Looking at damage, everything's looking good. Okay. Thanks for giving the updates on the keybinds there. Okay. Again, stop running at them. This is, you mentioned a little bit of how like like Enron's playstyles, you always have to dive in. No, you don't have to do that. Just do this right now. Do this in the neutral for now. Just spam at them. You don't need to go in yet. There's no reason to go in and feed and get 3 deaths in the matter of a minute by just going at them over and over again. You can spam. This character has range, okay? You can do this. You go left side. No. See, like this is, okay. This is the problem you're going to keep running into, is you always need to think of flank, right? This should not be what you're doing on on-run. Dude, I keep saying on-run now because of that play style. On-run, okay? You don't want to do this. Like, this is going to get you killed. Now, will you get away with this? Probably. I mean, the other team was playing at the spawn doors of Fruit 66 right here, so anything can happen. But, like, what I would have done if I was right there and I saw that, I go here. And the reason why I go here is nobody here. You go here and you start spamming them, right? Now, here's my vision. I'm here spamming them. I do a bunch of damage. I can commit into them for the kill, which is towards my teammates for safety. Or if they look at me and I need to make an escape, I have a health pack over here, or I have a health pack over here. Do you see how I've now set myself up for a good flank, a good positioning, and a good escape? That's on Ron right now. And if you play like that, I will tell. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of success from Enron. So, Enron. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I think you're going to end up getting kills here anyway, just because how this game's going, but I just want to get you in the habit of setting up for good spots. Good ultimate, good kill. I don't mind the ultimate, good play. I still think the other result could have happened doing the same thing, and I would like to see you do that setup more. Either way, I will give you credit where credit's due. That was good. That was a good play. Good shots. Good job. Get back to your team. There you go. So like right here, you just left click the Mauga. You have nothing else you need to do. You don't. Also, I want you to get wary of spamming your invulnerability cooldown. That one becomes very important for timing with your other cooldowns, so when you don't have it, it can be a little bit off. But again, it's working. Teammates are getting kills. Play the health pack to your right, and you're fine. So now you get the point. I don't know where the soldier went either, so don't worry. There you go. There you go. Good job by your team. This is pretty much a free team fight win, as long as you don't feed. And it looks like there will be no feeding. You're good. Good job. Yes, so the combo that's happening there is the Shift E combo. But like my concern is overusing those cooldowns to like do that. So like there needs to be a rotation where you can have your shift out. As long as the shift out is there, that's fine. That's what I was even mentioning earlier about the play style, is like you can use your E to do that, but you need to make sure you always have your other shift, because if you don't do that, that's how I always fall over as on run. You need to have that cooldown. Like using shift right there is fine, right? Like that's not the problem. It's just making sure you always have an escape. That's the more important aspect. Well, rank gold. Right here, you can they can hit that button. That's perfect. That's exactly what you do. Right now, but like I would be okay with this because you have an escape out. Do you see this? Like you have an escape with your shift. There's a Mauga behind you. Right now, you would shift back to your team or to the health pack. Or I guess you could solo out a Mauga. Probably won't do as much damage as you think, but yep. Again, overcommitting cooldowns. You know what I would have been thinking about here, chat? Not using my ultimate, putting pressure on the Mauga. The moment I need to do something, I go to the health pack right here. Easy, clean, and then you're back at it again. Instead, you overcommit a bunch of stuff, waste your ultimate, and now you're going back to spawn. See what I'm saying? So, yep. Okay.
You're not the first to learn that lesson.
Yep. Well, no, I was saying on run instead of on like on run instead of on run. I'm okay with you being on the card if you want to. I mean, you can set up for these angles. Like where your like for example, where that character was playing from is perfect, right? You go right here, you start spamming them. Again, you have a safety net. They can do a bunch of damage. You can go all the way back here very quickly, get a health pack. You can go underneath to rotate back to your team. If they all drop down and you get a bunch of damage out, I mean, as a cleanse, you can go through the team and do some damage. See what I'm saying? So like, again, I just want you to start to set up a little bit more that's not run back to your team and more of like, it's okay to poke damage them. Big slam, like it's okay to do poke damage from angles. And I think the more and more you do that as Enron, you're going to have good results. At least that's what's worked for me. How is Enron meta-wise? Is she strong? She's okay. I mean, she's not like, I don't think she's going to take over a meta anytime soon, if at all. But I think she's a fun character to play in ranked. You can get away with it. So, yeah, she's not bad. IGP, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. Where can you find the heroes tier list I made? My second channel. A little bit of a note. If you just want to see the pure tier list, we put it there in the description. We tried a different approach to tier lists. The feedback actually was generally good. But like, if you want looking for just the actual tier list without the video content, it's in the description. But yeah, if you want to listen to the whole video, it's there. Yeah. On the second channel. What rank is this? Gold.
Now I'm really
On PS5.
You're cool. Sometimes.
Here we go. Reaper goes down. I again just want you to make sure you see, like, it's you're not seeing a lot of it, but like when you do these like off angle plays, do you notice that nobody on their team is looking at you? And then what you do is you actually go back into them so they look at you. Like the way that you're playing this, you're playing it fine, and then immediately you're like, I can't stay here. This is ridiculous. Stay there. If they're gonna give you that room and space to work with, just stay there, right? Yeah, don't do that. Okay. It worked. I'm not mad. I didn't know if they had a cleanse or not, so I couldn't really comment. Health pack. Remember, there's a sub-roll passive that exists in Overwatch, and with Enron, you actually get, what, 75 more health per health pack? Take advantage of that, I'm telling you. It is like, it can be make or break for winning team fights. See that mini right there? Normally, you'd be like, okay, do I take it? With that sub-roll passive, you better go get that health pack to your left. Jack, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Great job. Look at the HP chat. Full HP again. And also, Mojo, thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. You see that? All that HP back. Boom. Well played. Now, again, right now, after you win this team fight, which, okay, never mind. I'll be honest with you. I thought you were going to win that team fight, too. I got nothing. They just played better right there. So, honestly, even I would have probably fed there. I would have maybe used that extra cooldown or two, but I probably would have fed there too. Like I had the same vision you had. So. He said Enron's probably the most fun hero they've ever released, in your opinion? Enron has a fun playstyle. Yep. Well, yeah, with the 1 to 2 dashes, like, I agree with that, but the thing is like, sometimes you just have a vision of something where you kind of lose track of what's going on in the game, including myself right there. So, like, in hindsight, yes, obviously you would use your cooldowns, you would position yourself better, you would go to the next spot. I thought that team fight was won. So, yes, Overwatch Mobile was just revealed. We looked at it. Yep, Overwatch Rush. So, should be cool. I don't have a problem having another like IP for, you know, Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, the Mizuki ultimate, they were all inside of it, so you couldn't go inside the ultimate, and you had a Reaper there. I think that was just a good play by Reaper. And again, I want you to think about how can you get to their team without stacking on top of their team. So I want you to go left side doorway. Yes, exactly. And like this is the route you want to take. Like you're not playing Reaper, right? So you don't want to be stacked with your team as much right here. You want to take these type of routes, the ones that will get you over here, and you always want to be on this side. If I was playing Enron, I would keep ending up over here to create an angle and then find the opportunity to get a kill when it was necessary or when like I saw opportunity. But the way that you're playing it right now, you're kind of playing it like you would play a Reaper, right? You're just running it down over and over again there. So, yep. Yep. Your team can still tap, I think. Good idea on this ult. Because you need to tap that. Big slam. What a combo. The big slam to get 3, and then your team is going to win this team fight. What a clutch by your Ryan and you. Good decision, by the way. I haven't found a lot of use cases of the ultimate when it's not just getting back for like last-second team fights, but having that option is really cool. You can hide this. I again would like for you to go for a top left control, but I can understand any hesitation with there being a overtime. Remember, it's okay to poke. Yeah, at this point, you would just probably right-click. Also, you mentioned your perk selection. You went with the health one. I'm okay with that. I will admit, if your playstyle was a bit more how I was suggested, excuse me, I'm okay with you getting the extended, like, fire perk on them, because if you're doing a lot of consistent poke damage, why not keeping the fire damage on them for, like, an extra second? But I don't think you can go wrong with the perk selection of, like, the overhealth and all of that. I think the overhealth is like, going to be just fine. Also, I need to fix this. I'm going to minimize. I think the overhealth one is just fine. Again, once you clean up your playstyle a little bit, I think you're going to end up in a very, very good spot, at least in my opinion. How much extra damage is the extra added time? I don't even know. I just like the idea of keeping it, like... So here's my vision, and correct me if I'm wrong. Once you apply the fire damage on them, it will keep reapplying every time you do damage to them, right? If I'm correct? So I don't look at it as more of like a... I don't look at it as more of like, what is the DPS increase? I give it as an extra... I think about it as an extra way to keep the fire damage on them, right? For me to work around that, right? So like, yes, you get the extra damage, but now what if you have that extra second and a half to reapply the fire damage, so that way it's still going on them, right? Yeah, so you can keep the dot rolling. So I think that's where you would use that, and if you're doing the playstyle of flanking, I can see some value in that. But I do believe that as time goes on with the perks, you're going to see people take the overhealth one, because I think players are going to get better at farming ultimate, and having the overhealth to be able to like clean up team fights will be very useful. So that's kind of what I see. Anyway, here we go. Looks like Mauga has applied the same strategy of running to the spawn doors and standing there. I do like that you went for their backline a little bit more now. I do think you're overcommitting again. Like for example, like right here, I would go up here. I'm serious. If you go up here and you start spamming them, you're going to win this team fight in the end. I want you to, again, think about getting to your spots rather than to get into their heroes. And that is a playstyle adjustment that I think will help you a lot. Now, of course, you'll get a kill on a Lucio and a Reaper somehow, and all of that point is, you know, not quite there, but I think hopefully you understand that just because... What's the best way to explain this? Like, just because it works, like, right now... I'm trying to set you up for when you continuously climb or need to make better decisions, that you're more suited to be able to do so, okay? All right. Opinions on the new Overwatch mobile game? Honestly, like, for being a mobile game, I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, it sounds like they're still in early development. Like, again, I think people's expectations of mobile games are like, oh, it has to look like Overwatch does currently. It has to look like this. It has to look like that. Mobile games are in a much different spot nowadays with that. So what I would say to it is, once you like understand it's a mobile game, I have no problem with it. It looks fine to me. It's early development. It looks pretty cool. I'm excited to play that with my nephews. I think my nephews will love it. And that mobile gaming is very massive. So having the Overwatch IP, in just like the game and universe in mobile is pretty big actually. Right now, obviously. There's been mobile games that Blizzard has tried in the past. They sometimes can, you know, They can be hit or miss. But the idea here is getting the IP out there. If they can find a way to make people play it and like it, there's no problem with having it there, right? So that's kind of how I see it. Again, I'm also like, I'm not like as chat knows, I'm very much like a wait and see type of person. Not like, you know, I know in the streaming world I'm supposed to like overreact to it, and whether it's super positive or super negative, and get really animated about it and go in the training range for 45 minutes and start screaming about it for a while. Like, I know that's kind of the meta sometimes. That ain't how I do it. So just that sorry if I'm not giving you the reaction on that you're necessarily looking for, but like like it looks pretty cool, and I'm excited to give it a try, and hopefully it ends up being fun enough that people can enjoy an Overwatch mobile game. You know? So there you go. Blitzberg, thanks to the 11 months of the Prime, so thank you, appreciate it. I don't think this is a do you guys not have phones moment. This was announced randomly with very minimal coverage at the end of a February, not at a BlizzCon where everybody's excited for the next Diablo game, and then they respond with, y'all don't have phones, when they just wanted to hear about the new Diablo game. That's a little bit different, right? Anyway, let's continue back here.
What's up? Oh, that wasn't very nice.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's do this. You said you were there? Yeah, so you know. You know, Silver. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a little bit different. All right. I mean, again, I just want to get this, and I know I've been hammering these points a lot. When you start to play more Enron in your games, I just want to see you play Enron more like a Tracer Genji type of play style than you are going to play like a Reaper play style. Right now, you play like Reaper. You can play like Reaper when the team fight breaks out, but I want to see more flanks, more poking of them, more running away for a second and then going back when they look away, things like that. So, yep. So there you go. You play a safe Enron. I mean, I will say you're doing better on Enron than you were on Ashe, if that makes you feel any better. I mean, I don't know if that does, but I do think your Enron's looking solid for the mechanic aspect of it. It's just really this stuff. Like right there. This is that chat. I'm glad we saw that moment. This is what I was talking about. You didn't give yourself an escape option. You went for an aggressive play that made no, like, not necessarily didn't make sense, but you went aggressive play. You spam all your cooldowns, and then you don't have any cooldowns to get out. That is what I'm kind of talking about, is like, if you get in the mindset of you only have one, I'm going to call it a blink for now, like one blink, whatever, your gameplay gets so much easier because it's a pretty direct path of, if you're going in, you go in with your shift, you do your damage, you can hit your E if you would like, or on console, it's one of the bumpers or whatever, right? You hit the button, you escape out, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. You do that, you're going to get good results, right? Like, again, and I'll show you, like, my play style for Enron is like that, and like, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm 20-6 on Enron. Now, again, obviously I play with friends at times, so like, you know, that could maybe help. But like the play style of this win rate is a lot of high survivability, and I'm basically timing my engages. And I usually finish, you know, even stat line is right there with everybody else, but it doesn't seem like it because the way that you have to play is a little bit different. So it's like, if I can set you up with these good habits now, I think you could actually roll lobbies with Enron. Because like you said, your two of the other supports, they seem to be playing well, right? Outside of that one moment where I watched the Juno just run into the room out of nowhere on second, but like your supports have played fine. Like, so if that's your trio, if you get your Enron play style down right now, y'all could go on a streak. I'm telling you, like you could go on a streak if you just adapt that play style and minimize the death count on your Enron. So. Yep, I hope that helps. I'm going to talk about that drill. I'll talk about that. I see people bring up matchmaking sometimes. I'll talk about it after I record this, okay? Also, Monitor, thank you for the $10 super chat on YouTube. Thank you, Monitor. I appreciate it. Again, remember, you're doing... I mean, you have another blink, so this is good. But this is a tough one to win. If you win this, actually really impressive. That High Noon gets one. I mean, a 1v1 Kiriko, I take the odds on Kiriko. Dude, is it bad that if there's a 1v1 on cart with a Kiriko and a Cassidy, I'm going with the Kiriko almost every time. There's a 1v1 for the cart, Kiriko versus Cass, both have the same amount of HP. I called it right away. I'm like, I know who's winning this one. It ain't even a question. I know who's winning this one. You know? Easy. Guaranteed knew who was winning that one. So. Yep. Anyway. Let's see how this goes here on the last part of it on defense. Sorry, I didn't skip ahead. I was looking at something. Okay, let's see how your defense is, how it goes, and go from there. But thank you for the $10 super chat. He said decent iron. No, I mean, I think the good news is that when this player is getting close to them, doing very well. Let's get the play style and the initial setup down, and I think you're going to see a really good progression on your on-run. Like, you can do all of the right click and all the damage you're doing when you're... Oh, boy. You have an escape, so as long as you can get to the health pack. And that right there, chat, is exactly what I'm talking about. 20% ult charge, a distraction to the back line, an escape to the health pack, and then you have another escape out if you need it, and you can rinse and repeat. So what's better here? Right? What's better here? Getting one shot right there in their back line and having to come back to your team in a 5v4, or survive and putting pressure on them and then getting out. Let's see if you get out completely. But look at that. Perfect. You see why I'm so adamant about that? Now you have no cooldowns, right? So now it's risky for you here. I mean, this couldn't be any more of a perfect example. Am I wrong? This whole sequence was the perfect example of Enron. Went in the back line, survived, got a kill, perfect. Overcommitted your cooldowns, teammates still got picks, you fall over. It's pretty straightforward, right? Like that's what I was talking about. Like that's exactly why. Like what you should have done in that situation is stay on the side here after you kill the Mauga. Keep shooting at them. The moment someone puts pressure behind you, shift out to safety, rinse and repeat, you're back to your team, and you're not even doing this. You're still there. You're at 50% all charge now because you have more uptime. Right? So like right here, you can do this. Now get out. You like stay on the health pack, play an angle now. You can stay right here. You don't need to go out complete. Do not commit the shift. Not yet. Okay, now you can commit one shift. Okay, now you're good. Now you wait. So wait till about 75% of your next cooldown before you use your next shift, right? Now you can use it because you'll have it by the next one. Get the health pack behind you. Okay. That health pack would have been nice. There it is. You can use a shift in. You can use the E. That's fine. Sorry if I'm saying shift, chat. I just don't know the name of it. You have one more, too. Okay. I'm fine with that. If you were to say my vision was the team fight was over and you wanted to pick up all charge, I'm okay with that. Also, Fry, they give you the 3 months of the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, there is a mobile version of Overwatch in development. We looked over it and did all that. We'll probably have a YouTube short or a TikTok. Inferno Rush. Okay, thank you. We'll have a TikTok up soon or like a short video on the thing. We went over it earlier. So, yep. Okay. All right, teammates winning the team fight. So let's talk about what I want you to do next. I'm going to answer this question here first, though. As someone new to Overwatch and FPS in general, is versus AI really the only option to learn and not get rolled? So if you're saying that you're kind of getting rolled right now in Mystery Heroes, versus AI could be helpful. You also could just listen, you can go to Quick Play and just type /hide chat. And the problem is like, hot take, I don't even think a lot of the quick play people that get angry at you are going to be the people that normally will get angry. It's usually people leveling up alt accounts who have this really weird expectation of their teammates to play in their exactly how they play while they're leveling up their 25th alt account to play in Masters or something. And I find that those players have this really weird expectation. So just type /hide chat and just learn. If that doesn't work for you, go into A versus AI, understand some characters. Heck, go into the training range and just get the buttons down, right? Learn a little bit about, move around the map, get a feel for your movement. There's a lot of little things you can do that can be helpful there. But I just advice to people in general. I am as chat knows, I don't shut up. I'm a huge communicator, right? I communicate a ton. I know the importance of it, etc. But I know one thing that can suck when you have teammates that basically just sit there the whole time and just yell at you, get angry about every single play, focus more on your gameplay than their own. That ain't fun to deal with. That's not going to make anybody have a good time. So if you need to, especially when you're learning the game or even when you're playing ranked, you can always leave the voice chat, type /hide chat. You won't even know. Your teammate will be talking to the void at that point. Right? Always, the one thing I always say, always do your best. Always try to be your best teammate you can be. Always try when you're playing, right? In your ranked games, etc. Right? In ranked, of course. I'm not going to speak for quick play. But in ranked, give it your all, give it your efforts. And that's the one thing you can control and do, right? But if you have problems with teammates like that, you mute them, type /hide chat. It sucks. I know that does that, but that is an option as you're learning the game, or if you choose not to be in that. Because like I said, some people are just idiots, and no one wants to hear that crap when you're in a ranked game, right? And I think one thing that I've talked about, the problem that happens, and maybe this can be advice for people. Let's say you're in high school, right? Or you're in college. You have a friend group. You all banter with each other. You're close that's been your friend group your whole life. Okay. Right. That's been your friend group since you've ever done it. You banter with each other. You roast each other. You crap talk each other. You're close friends, right? It's just something that can happen with friend groups. The problem is people think that everybody will be like that. So when they go into a ranked game, they assume you're like their friend group, and they start doing the same thing and don't realize you don't know this person. So if you go up to your friend and go, "Hey, you suck, bro," they're going to go, "Dude, shut up, man. Whatever. You suck too, bro." Right? But if you go into a store to some random person and go, "Hey, you suck, bro," I don't think their reaction is going to be the same as your close friend. So sometimes when people get into ranked, that's what will happen is people have these relationships with their friend groups, and then they try to apply that same knowledge to people around them. And then the people are the same style, and people are just "My man, dude, I'll be real with you. I don't know you." You know what I mean? It's I don't know you, dude. So maybe if we play a bunch of games together, yeah, we can get into that banter. But not everybody wants that banter right away when you don't know these people. Anyway, I hope that makes sense, and hopefully that's helpful for you as you learn the game or try to figure things out. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you talk about the thing. Wait a second, or wait a minute. Who are you? Yeah. Anyway. How much snow did I get? We got 3 feet of snow here with 6 to 8 foot drifts. That's why I still don't have power here. This is on generator. So anyway, hope that's helpful. Again, you're always going to hear me, and I want to reiterate, sometimes you're going to hear me complain about people being out of voice chat when I'm playing. Don't worry about it. That is just, I'm used to it in top 500 of having that communication. If you're a person who chooses to be out of voice chat, that is a decision that's best for you, and that's the most important part, right? So even if you hear me mention being annoyed by somebody not being in chat, etc., that is just a top 500 thing. We used to have comms all the time. Nowadays, no one's in voice chat. They're usually out of voice in a Discord call, roasting everybody, getting angry on their third alt account, right? That's a different story. If you choose to be out of it, that is what's best for you, and that's the most important thing, because video games are meant to be having a good time. Anyway. Sorry, I went on a little bit of an off rant there when somebody was talking about that, because someone had that question. All right, let's head back to Enron here for the completion of this game. So... So I would, in this situation, I would play the health pack room that I showed you earlier. You can go up here too, but remember, play flanky, not like Reaper. There's a health pack to your right over there. That's your health pack. You maintain that health pack, that is your best friend right now. Thankfully, the Mauga has decided to run into your team in a straight line and pop cardiac overdrive, and unless you have the best moment ever right now, you're probably dead on the point. Sorry. And that might be the game.
Time to step up my training regimen.
Yep. This is a rough one. I don't know, your teammates have won some crazy team fights, so okay, never mind. Sorry, the solo Juno ult on point wasn't enough. Anyway, just to summarize here, on Ashe, I kind of went over it right away. You gotta make sure you're setting up in much better spots. You're playing that high ground. You maintain good space control and stop with the... You did a much better job on Enron, but when you're on a hero like Ashe, enough of the... I want you to keep playing the game. I don't want you to pause and just stand there and do nothing. So I think you need to be more proactive on that side. Enron, I pretty much mentioned it multiple times. Try adopting that play style that I mentioned to you, right? Of always save and escape. Have your kind of your farming runs where you go through, you make a play, you get out, you do it again. Do that rotation. I'm telling you, you're going to see good results. Believe it or not, more uptime will lead to better results for you, right? I'm not saying go finish the game with 0 deaths. You're going to have to make some aggressive plays, but always try to have a cooldown out and escape plan to a health pack. You do that, you're going to be in a good spot. I'm telling you, you do that, it's going to go well. All right. So, a lot of good here, a lot you can work on, but I think once you do, I think you and your trio that you played with there will see improvement. Also, tell your trio not to run into that small room and like a just a health there too. Anyway, you got this. You absolutely got this. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube, all of that. It helps if you want to watch more. I mean, if you want to submit your own, my Discord's where to do that. And if you want to watch more of these, we have another Spectatings that are going to pop up on either side here. Honestly, if you like this one, you're probably going to like those. So give them a try if you haven't. And with that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night. Done. Cool. There you go, chat. Replay codes are done. So we're all set on that one. Again, just a note here: do not submit any more replays the rest of the day. To reiterate to everybody here, replay codes are resetting. Therefore, we will not be able to get to any of those codes. So I apologize if any of your codes get wiped. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just how it goes. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to grab a drink, and then we'll go from there. How much snow did I get? I got 3 feet of snow with 6 to 8 foot drifts. Currently, my town, the majority of it has no power. The reason why I'm on this is because I'm on a generator, which is why I'm going to have to think of something to do that isn't ranked. I know people love watching ranked, but there's a chance that if they do bring the power back, the power will go out anyway. So, like, I don't want to be in the middle of the game. I had to restart my generator 5 times yesterday, as well as obviously having the CO2 alarm going off for 4 hours, in which I had to get out of my house and stand out in the blizzard. So it was a fun day yesterday. So we're just gonna basically go hour by hour today, is all I'm getting at. Okay, I will be right back. Hit the follow button if you haven't. If you're on YouTube, like the stream, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, appreciate y'all. Sorry that took me an extra second, chat. Sorry, I was just talking to Lonnie because I guess the next update we have now is they said it's going to take like even days to get here to like be able to do anything. First of all, there's no way Lonnie goes into work tomorrow because she works at schools. That's not going to happen. But yeah, no, she's like, they're not going to be able to get here. I guess there's so many trees down that like they're just going to take them a few days to even clear everything out. So I have to do some shoveling today in case they make Lonnie go into work tomorrow, which this town has done that in the past. They are known to. They're the type of town, at least when I was going to school, that was just put some dirt on it, even if like there's like 5 feet of snow. So I might have to clear out the whole driveway so Lonnie can even get out. Even though they haven't even plowed the streets here yet because they can't get to us because of all the down trees. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I got stuff I got to do a little bit later. Do I have enough fuel for the generator? Well, we're going to go out a little bit later, and I'm going to shovel around the generator area more and then check the oil levels because we have like a one that's installed to the house. So like I think it runs off of our gas that we have here normally or whatever it is. So that part's fine, but I guess I do need to check the oil levels, and I haven't ran it before, so I want to make sure all the oil levels are good, nothing froze. I'm from Massachusetts, so that is something I have to do. I'm down to play some games in Quick Play for a little bit, Chad. I'm not like committed to doing that just yet. Like Lonnie, we both were up super late with the CO2 thing last night. So, and we kept waking up because obviously like, even though the CO2 alarm stopped last night and we did everything we could, you know, you still have it in the back of your mind for a little bit. Right. So, I don't want to do Mystery Heroes because if the power goes out, I would rather do Mystery Heroes in one singular day from like the morning on. But I think right now I'm just going to try some heroes out, have some fun. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I want to do. You know, I'll queue all rolls and just play one of the new heroes. So, yeah. But yeah, to try in Stadium. I mean, I played some Stadium. I haven't been interested in it as much recently. You missed the CO2 thing? Oh yeah, I told it this morning as a story, but basically yesterday we were basically standing outside in the blizzard for 5 hours because the alarm went off. The alarm went off for the CO2.
3 years. So. What a swell treat.
And then I just do this just to show. There you go. Yeah. You said Stadium just hasn't been fun this season? Well, I mean, they didn't fix any of the... Let me reiterate this. They didn't adjust some of the problems that at least I thought were a problem in Stadium. And even if I was only right on like half of them, which I could be, you know, even half of them would be, you know, maybe that'd be fine. You know, I'm not going to be right about everything, of course. They didn't solve any of that. They just kept adding to the problem rather than fixing the problem is what it felt like. So, yeah. But anyway, to give the story, so basically we had to go outside yesterday because around 4:30 Eastern, we started getting the house alarm with the carbon monoxide. It was just going, warning, evacuate now. So I had to go outside, grab a shovel really quickly, dig out the front of the garage so that way we get the car out so that way the cats would be fine. And then we had to go, we shoveled the whole pathway, went to the back, went there, shoveled everything out of there, cleared intake things, and then about 5 hours later, we were able to, the alarm was done, and we felt confident in turning the house on again. So I spent a lot of the day yesterday. There's drops right now, yes. I spent a lot of the day yesterday basically outside in the blizzard because we had a carbon monoxide thing going off the whole time. So, yep. And you don't heck with that. So, yep. And here we are today. Yeah, well, I think what happened was the intake, like basically, you know, like the vents outside, they were covered by snow. Yeah. I don't know. All I know is that I don't know what it was, but all it kept saying was, oh yeah, carbon monoxide. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, if I say CO2. It was basically just doing warning, evacuate now, evacuate now. That's basically what it did the whole time, really loudly. So, yep. Yeah, CO, excuse me, not CO2. I don't know why I keep saying CO2. CO, sorry. So basically, it just kept doing that over and over again. Yeah, no, exactly. So the thing is you gotta remember, this is our first year, like with a house. Like, listen, like, yeah, I just didn't have that experience being in apartments for the past whatever amount of years. Usually that stuff is taken care of, or they take care of it right away, or there's like ways to deal with it, right? So, sorry, I'm getting rolled in this quickly. That's far. So like, it's just one of those things where like it's just being like a new homeowner and understanding things. It just takes me a little bit, but I can assure you one thing. That intake pipe will never be blocked again. I will refuse. I will go out there in any storm and clear that out so it doesn't happen again. So we're good. Yeah. Oh, another thing too. Apparently like half my town's water's broken right now too. So people don't even like their water's just down completely for a lot of people. So not only did they power out, but water's down for a lot. Yep. Molly, thanks to the 23 months of the tier 1. Thank you, BJ. Yep, they don't know what happened, but a lot of the town can't even get water. They have to fix it. It hasn't been fixed yet. I'm getting rolled right now, chat, but give me some time. I haven't been able to play as much the last few days because all this stuff. Needless to say, chat, yeah, this blizzard was exactly what they said it was on the news. It was intense, man. I'll tell you that much. I'm surprised I didn't have more trees go down near me. Like I saw we heard a tree go down right in our backyard. It was like on the other side of the fence, so it was fine. But like, whew, let me tell you, what a first winter for me at my house. But man, did it? You know, sometimes you got to develop some life skills, and let me tell you, yesterday, man, that grew me up real quick. I'll tell you that much. That grew me up real quick. I'm not gonna help this. So.
A problem with the method.
Oh, a new beach chair. That was a good one. But thank you, Molly, by the way. Thank you, Ava Trice with the tier 1. Thank you, everybody. Do I use satellite internet? No, this is normal. Like, it's because my generator's on. We have one of the like we didn't get like a store generator. We got like the one that like you can install. Chat. Now, in hindsight, don't try to do that at a Doom. Keep in mind, this is a quick play, so I'm just kind of chilling. I apologize for a little bit more quick play today, chat. I just feel bad if I go into a rank game and my stuff DCs. In quick play, obviously, they can get a backfill, which is a little bit better of an option. But I just don't want to risk that for my teammates, straight up. Spooky Doom, thanks for the 11 months with the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. And Barrow Wall, thank you for the Prime sub. Thanks. Yeah. It's a Great Lake. So you got that ocean effect. I mean, that lake effect. Yeah, well, we get ocean effect here, so. Oh, it was crazy, man. Either way, when I go out, I'm gonna be able to see like all the stuff down. You still can't even drive yet. They're not allowing people to drive here. Like it's like they have the travel ban on right now because of the it's just impossible to drive, and like the more people that travel, the more people get stuck. Everybody who's trying to go past it has gotten stuck. Like literally just stuck. So, yeah, I think the travel ban's like all day today too. They haven't canceled Lonnie's work tomorrow, but like honestly, they're not going to be able to shovel. They're not going to be able to get our driveway cleared by then. She's going to have to take work off. There's no way we can get out right now. So I think they're going to end up like canceling her work anyway soon, because there's just no way that you can get in. Like it's almost impossible. I'd have to go out and shovel a driveway right now, and the roads aren't even cleared in front. So even if I shovel the driveway, the roads aren't even cleared, and we were just told that it might take days because there's so much trees down. So I don't even expect my power to be back for a few days. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, to give you an idea, chat, like it wasn't even just the cars getting stuck. If somebody decided last second they want to go see if a store's open so they can buy themselves like a Mountain Dew at the store, you know? It wasn't even that. Like it was plow trucks getting stuck. To make that clear, look at that ultimate, chat. That is top tier. It was plows. Like plows are getting stuck. Like cop cars, like emergency vehicles, they're all getting stuck. So they have to get a plow to go clear off the plows. But then those plows get stuck. That's been the problem they're running into, is things just keep getting stuck. Yeah. How's it going? Anyway, crazy storm. And apparently we're getting some snow tonight. Not a lot, and then next week there's a chance for another foot of snow. So let's go. Let me tell you, chat. A lot happened in this game. Not really doing much. Sorry, so we're back.
This end.
He says your Boston friend works for a tow truck company. His phone was going off every minute last night. Oh yeah, because you have to get people out. Because once they get stuck, they're stuck. So yeah.
always have ult. Dude, I feel like I'm just perpetually one-shot sometimes because the way that they play this is shoot the tank, which is fine. It's just I'm like trying to manage it better, I guess. What one do I want? I'm gonna try the other one. I never tried the barrier one. I hit the wrong button there, so that's not good. Missed that. Wait for everybody to pop up here. Oh, I got one this time, Chad. This is huge news. Got him. Good job, team. Let's go. My hair looks greasy. Yeah, I rubbed it in grease last night. Sometimes I like to just grease up my hair. It's the way to do it. I showered last night, but I definitely did have to get a lot done. So I have no clue if my hair's greasy. After all that shoveling, I'm sure I was sweating a little bit. I put that in the Mizuki L. I'm gonna try to just... Look at my HP on point. Thankfully I can push it from this angle, but holy crap. Oh, you're talking about the giant tubs of them meme? Those were good, weren't they? Really, Dr. Payne? Yeah, that was a pretty big storm too. I feel like in this area it was much larger than that. I was in the band of like, there was this one band that was in like Massachusetts and Rhode Island. I was a part of that. That's how like, you know, Providence got 40 inches of snow. How that Fall River area got 40 inches of snow. Like that whole band that was going from the coast all the way down to like Rhode Island. That's the band of snow we were in. It was like, I think they said it was 3 to 5 inches of snow an hour for a while. 3 to 5 inches an hour of snow. Like not like, you know, 3 to 5 inches for the whole day, right? Which could be a normal, you know, kind of chill winter storm. That was per hour we were getting that. Yeah, apparently Providence, I think Providence got, if I'm correct, over a foot extra, like, of their record or something. So, yeah. So I was in that whole, like, it was a band of it. You could see it the whole time. It just kept going for hours and hours, and that's what I was in. So it was constant snow, constant that, like, on average, like I said, 4 inches of snow an hour. So that's how you have 3 feet of snow outside. Yes, Overwatch Mobile's real. Yeah, it got announced officially. So it'll be cool to see, right? Like, for me, I think it will be exciting to see where they take a mobile game. I mean, mobile games are, you know, I at least for me personally, like, I play more mobile now, and it's like a game I can play with my nephews. So I'm interested in it, right? I'm not going to knock it until I try it, you know? That's kind of where I'm at with things. So, yeah. Yep. Do you, Pobbled? You beat the Blizzard of 78? Yes. I think anybody who was in the area I was in, all the way down through Rhode Island, like that whole, like, chain of areas, will now be able to say to people, yeah, I won up your winter of 78. I'm going to go on run for a game here, Chad. Let's do it. The winter of 78, which you always heard about that, like, growing up, from your parents or your grandparents. Oh, the winter of 78. Oh, let me tell you. So, I guess I got the winter of 26. Or the blizzard of 26, I mean. Yep.
Anyone called? I've just the
So you're talking about the matchmaking? Well, you talked about it earlier, and, like, when you say matchmaking, what are the problems you seem to run into? I'm just curious because, like, there's some things that a matchmaker can't predict, and I'm trying to see if that's what it is. Try different perks? Sure, I'll do the HP ones. Yeah. Lost power? Yeah. I again, I'm on a generator right now, hence why I'm playing. And I'm just gotta get to stream. I'm lucky enough to have that generator going, so at least I'm able to stream. Sorry that it's not ranked, chat. I do apologize. I would have liked to do a bit more ranked today and get some things done, but I'm just gonna have to do this today if I even want to stream, quick play and chill and talk about random stuff. So, did your buddy in Brockton just got his power back? Yeah, I don't think Brockton got as much of the wins as we did here. So it's like there's a lot of down trees. So my understanding is they just can't get the spots because there's so many down trees. So until they clear every single tree and then also clear the snow while doing that, it's kind of just like in a standstill until then. That's the problem. So, 'cause I live near the coast, like the coast. So, like I could walk to the beach right now if I wanted to. Whee! I don't have the HP, but I can go to the cart. You know? They're gonna get me, so I just wanted to see if that Bastion would notice I was there. I don't think they did. I think they're still confused. Literally, they could actually say it must have been the wind because I'm just sitting there right-clicking them. So.
Part of the process.
Yep. You know, like, I mean, technically, it kind of was the wind. I'm there with a fan. You know, just. Yes, my whole house is running off the generator. Yes, everything is. So we're good. I'll do a check on it later when I'm done streaming, just to make sure like oil levels are good. I gotta shovel out a couple more things. Might even open my garage just in case I could have hit my E button, but I didn't. Chat. My excuse is I don't have one. That's it. So if you're sitting there wondering, it is what it is. You claw your way to diamond to get thrown back to where teammates have. Okay. Yep. Check the DPS. Yeah, but like you gotta remember that a lot of people return is gonna be a hidden MMR that doesn't exist, so a lot of the ranks won't actually match up with what you're seeing because of the hidden MMR that happens during a soft rank reset. Number two, there are a lot of people who like to smurf or make alt accounts, which again, I think that's a player problem, and Blizzard needs to find a way to deal with that because alt accounts can ruin a lot of stuff, including all the way up through top 500. Again, if you play on an alt, this is not a I'll ever be mad at you for that type of situation. I've had alts too. This is a Blizzard needs to figure it out situation, so do what you want to do with that. That is, if you have 5 alts, you have 5 alts, I ain't gonna be mad. But that's what causes the matchmaker to really struggle. On top of that, the matchmaker can't predict if somebody decided to have 12 cores of lights and hop on for some games. So, yep. See? Enron. Or Enron, you could say. You get it? It's just so exhausting. Oh, listen, I'm not going to take that experience away from you, Drill. I get it. It's just, sometimes, unfortunately, for matchmaking, it's just, I'm going to do the overhealth one, chat.
Yeah,
here.
nice.
It's hard for them to do, like just knowing Gavin would love to solve all those problems with the rest of the team. Like, it's so hard to solve stuff when some of it is just very player-driven. Like I said, like, let's just say Overwatch said there was no longer alt accounts, the matchmaker would be... If Overwatch said, hey, no longer do alt accounts exist, you won't be able to make them, etc., that, you know, we're going to be able to track it, matchmaking would improve by 50% already. Straight up. It would already improve. Because at that point, you're not having, like, outliers of where you have a player who should be in Champion 2 playing in a low diamond game and rolling your whole team. There's nothing that you can do about that because what can you do if somebody who's in Champions in your lobby? Even if you're in Bronze and somebody who's in Plat is in your lobby, like, what can you do about that? What can the matchmaker do about that? There's nothing the matchmaker can predict there if the matchmaker's predicting this player as a new player, right? You see what I'm saying? So, and then the problem that happens is, you know, rather than even being helpful in those games a lot of the time, the players that will be in Plat in a Bronze game are now expecting you to play like you're in Plat, but you're in Bronze. So your level of gameplay is going to be way different, but their expectation is that you're playing the way you should in your rank, which then adds a whole nother effect to the lobby, which causes problems. So there's just a lot of things there that a matchmaker can predict a lot of like how to get a game down to like what they think the percentage will be, but then the outliers is hard to predict. So I think there's a couple games recently that have made it so you have to tie your alt accounts to your main account so it knows. But I don't know what the results of that have been, if it's been good, bad, you know, neutral. I don't know yet. So. Yep. I mean, I'm just like, I guess I'm doing a lot of talking right now too. Why not? This is one of those play some games while talking to chat moments. Right? I'm also a little bit rusty just from not being on for a couple days, which sounds weird, but... Okay, well, I'm going both of the HPLs here. Yep. What do I think of Overwatch Rush? I mean, I think it looks cool for being a mobile game. Again, I guess it just depends what people's expectations are, right? I do have an escape out, but there was no health pack. At least not yet. You know what? Heck, I'm hitting my button. This all sucks anyway. Plus, I can do this, right? There we go. I don't have a escape out yet, but I can sit here. I'm fine. And we have a Malga, so I'm getting double whammy here on bleeds. Wish there was a health pack in here. It'd be kind of neat. Well, gotta hit this button and get out this way. Yep, I'm a dead. I should have gone out of there sooner. Technically, if that was a ranked game, I'd have my teammates push up and like help, but I'm not worried about it. Where's Overwatch Rush? Overwatch Rush is a mobile game, a top-down, like, hero shooter, basically. You know, it's on a port. It's not made by Team 4. It's made by other people in Blizzard that has nothing to do with Team 4. And it looks like it's going to be like an Overwatch game that you can play on mobile. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. Like I said, I have a game I can play with my nephews now. Like that's like a win for me. You know, I don't get to, you know, I don't get to play with my nephews as much in games because they're not over as much. So good way to kind of like connect that way, which is kind of cool. So I don't mind it. Again, I'm not usually too doomer when it comes to new stuff or things that I haven't tried. I'm always if I haven't tried it yet, unless it's obviously something, you know, egregious, like that's different, right? But I'll try it. I'll give my honest thoughts when I try it, and that's it. If I don't like it, I'll be like, hey, I don't like this. If I do like it, I'll go, hey, this is how I feel. And if it's in between, I'll let you know. That's how I usually do things. So, but yeah, anyway. Yep, if you're a huge fan, well, thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think sometimes people just want to get angry about it right away, but like, you can just, you don't have to, just don't play it or try it and then be like, okay, I don't like it. That's, anyway. I'm not going to get that whole discussion. We know nowadays that people just like to be very angry about things, and there's not much I can control about that. So, yep. Is there drops? This is the ones from the beginning of the season. There'll be more drops starting, like, should be a good amount in March. Which, by the way, this weekend is March, to give you an idea. I also got a haircut this weekend. Hopefully I can get a haircut. I had it scheduled. We'll see. I'm sure by then they'll have everything back up and running, but you never know with these, like, storms and things coming back up, you know? Yep. Cool. Let's keep things rolling and have some fun. Okay, so I was just looking for something. All right, what do I get here? What role? DPS? What's going on, Ron? Or an M-Ray game? I'm just trying different things out while I can. Might as well, because like I said, I can't really